And we are live. We are so freaking live. And look at the group of guys we got today. Of course, it's Ashley in the center of our all attention. Our coach, creative queen, gonna help us to close more deals creatively. But we also have a group of other cool guys who decided to join to make live seller calls. And they're not shy. They just, hey, if you guys give me leads, I'm gonna make dollars. And they're here. Let's go just one by one from left to me. Just
FYI, I'm buying a couple listed leads because I'm only paying $2.
boom. By the way, guys, code MLS99. So listed leads, you can get those on our platform.
I gotta take this call real quick, guys.
But let's start with David. David, couple words: who you are, where you based, and when did you start doing real estate?
My name is David Bloom. I live in South Florida. I started investing about 15 years ago. I've done pretty much everything except for wholesaling, flips, syndication, a lot of BRRRRs. I have a rental portfolio. Now I'm, I guess, going a little bit backwards and want to get into wholesaling.
That should be fun. I mean, again, our regular suggestion: use your previous experience to build some credibility with people. Glad to have you. Andy, I know you have some big news for us. Tell us who you are. Tell us how long you've been doing this. And Andy, if you guys are not aware, Andy was on a couple of lives with us during our 14 days challenge when we went live for 14 days in a row, Saturday, Sunday, Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, New Year. We didn't care. We came and make some dollars. But Andy, how's it going? Tell us who you are, why you're awesome, and what's your recent experience with iSpeedToLead.
It's been awesome. I have been doing this for a few years now, and it's great. I just JV all my deals with Ashley and Ari now. I just locked up 4 last week. I started with them on Wednesday, locked up 3, and then on Thursday I locked up 1, and then didn't work the rest of the week. And then Monday came around, locked up another. Tuesday came in, locked up another, and I'm working on 2 contracts. Hopefully today they should be signing by tomorrow. But yeah, it's been pretty good. Ashley can vouch for me, and Ari. They're gonna JV all my deals. So
awesome. Any where those deals are? Is this
they're all speed to lead. They're all speed to lead.
No, I know, but which state counties? Like, where is that? Because you're in New Mexico.
Some are
right?
in Ohio, some are in Illinois. I think there's a California one, and where's the other one? There's a few around. I can't remember.
Is there a specific way you pick leads?
I don't know. Ashley picked them or Ari picked them, so I'm just counting them out.
We put filters on.
Yep. So however they do it, I'm just rocking.
We've been our KPIs for our business. We keep an eye on like what closes, like the ratio, because we have like this big graph that will tell us like where the source came from. And the majority of our source was coming from triple verified calls, and we actually moved away from that and moved to Google PPC and the Facebook ads and stuff like that to give that a try, because we seem to have a higher close rate with those, but we'll see.
Yeah, they have everything pretty dialed in. I mean, I kind of keep track of my KPIs and stuff like that, but I mean, the first day of Wednesday, I think I made 40 calls, got 3 contracts. The next day I made like 30 calls, and again, I'm doing double dials on these, so in reality I'm probably making actual like 15 actual people, and then getting a hold of maybe 10 and really getting that number. So, and then on Thursday, same thing, 40 dials, probably talked to about 10, got a contract. So, and then I'm sending it off to Ari to do a little bit better underwriting. Sometimes I miss things, and I think that's why it's great to kind of have a team and somebody in your back pocket a little bit to kind of really look at, some things, because there is some that I missed. And even then before, there was a few that I would turn down. I'm like, I'm not doing this. But now having a team is like, I'm going to try it, shoot it out, let them take a look at it, and go from there. This is why this community is great. And yeah, it's awesome.
You're doing awesome. We're happy to have you on our team. Trust me.
And since we have Ashley speaking, Ashley, tell us how's it going? What's new?
Pretty good. Hi, everyone. I was just telling the guys out back behind stage how much I hate Jake Paul. He sucks. He's like got the type of personality that I don't like. So like if we were friends in real life, well, we wouldn't be
This
friends,
is
but he
not.
would be like that guy. I'd be like, you. So just wanted to tell you all that. Other than that, most of you know me. I come live often here. One of your coaches and I speed to leaders. Yeah, we're just here to.
Let's be fair. Ashley is
pound
our
the phone.
main coach. Ashley is the most consistent coach so far. So, shout out to Ashley. You know,
Thank you. I appreciate that, Yuri.
She never missed any, I think, coaching call and being always in time, and does a plenty of things that help. So that's
Thank you.
been great. So,
I appreciate that.
But people don't want to hear only things like, "Oh, I'm a coach, or I help people." Are you closing anything? What's the latest?
Of course we are. So I do a lot of creative deals. So right now, so as you heard, Andy is on our team now. He's doing a killer job. I'm dialing in on the dispo side a bit, and I also lock up a lot of creative deals. So right now I have one in the works from the last accelerator call that is a seller finance, a pretty dope one too, by the way. That you guys heard part of that call. Contract did get sent. He sent it to his lawyer. He wants to move forward as ASAP. I told him he had 72 hours. That is what we do. We like to put, if we can't get them to sign the contract right away when it's sent, always put a time limit on it, guys, because that gives them the boost to like move and sign it. We don't want to have all these contracts out there that, you know, are going to be dead. You know, so we just give them a time limit, tell them it expires in 72 hours, which some states, that's the law. Like in New York, a lawyer has the legal right to look at a contract and has 72 hours. So we're just following that law, hopefully getting it signed by tomorrow, and I'll keep you guys posted.
Okay, let's go to Mr. Christopher Richards. Christopher, how's it going? When did you start?
Good. So I started last year in April. Basically got to start doing owner finance on market that I was selling mostly to the hedge fund. They ended up lowering their commissions to like 1% of purchase price. It just became not sustainable for the work I was putting in for getting them. So I switched to off market. And I mean, since April, I've closed about 10 deals. I did 2 novations, a bunch of owner finance, a handful of cash. Right now, I have a novation closing tomorrow, actually in Stevenson,
Freaking
Alabama,
awesome.
rural one. And then I have a assignment contract I just sent out today for an owner finance I have in Sunny Isles, basically Miami Beach area. That's great, 10 years, 2% interest. So.
Can I ask you something, Chris, real quick? So when you
Yeah.
do a novation, are you wholesaling the novation or taking it down yourself?
Wholesaling it. So I'm not wholetailing it basically. So I don't purchase. I have a novation agreement. So I did some work with Rich Wonders. I don't know if you guys know the Novation King guy. He gave me his class. I took the class and was super helpful. It's got some good contract in there. I used his contracts. And I did a few novations with his team to kind of give me an idea of how to do it. There was one deal in Merritt Island, Florida that just ended up not being a good spread anymore for them. So they walked away, but I decided I could do it on my own. I did it from start to finish, and it worked well. So now I'm trying to had a call today about another novation here in West Palm Beach that I've been working for the last few months. Both the novations I did came from sale leads from iSpeedToLead.
That's awesome. Yeah, novations are great.
Yeah.
I'm working on a whole course right now. I'm actually almost done with the course, and it'll be submitted in iSpeedToLeaders. I know that Travis Wells has a coaching program in iSpeedToLeaders that's dedicated to some wholesale. Sorry, not wholesaling, but the novation. But yeah, I'll have some handouts and stuff, ways to pitch novation to sellers, where you could just pitch it really smoothly without necessarily having to use the word novation.
I pitch it as a white glove MLS service, and I've heard some people use equity protection program.
Yeah, I don't like the program word, but I like white glove hands off experience, stuff like that. But yeah, love it.
that's how I usually pitch it. White glove MLS service. Actually, Yuri asked me yesterday why I'm buying completely remodeled leads, and I said sometimes they work well for novations and they don't have competition. But to be fair, they do have a high rate of wanting retail. So I go in
I would
knowing
say, since I haven't responded to you, I would say, if you want my person, like, let me ask you that, which markets do you target? Are you doing a couple of states? Is it enough leads all the time for you?
Yeah, I do national, but I like to focus on...
Stay away from fully renovated, please, okay?
Thank you. What?
From fully renovated houses.
But I like the South. So
but I will say though, we are planning. I think I'm gonna do a special coupon for fully renovated leads, because there are definitely less people who are buying them, and we also have some agents sometimes register on our platform. And I actually got a guy who's working with agents who was like, I think they should be at least like 50% off, probably. So that's
Yuri,
in this case.
That would be good to put on the agent thing, the platform. You know what I mean?
Yep.
If you had to separate them and not do a discount, because those agents have a better chance of scoring something with them.
Well, no disrespect to agents, but they're worse than you guys calling people. So that's
they're bad salesmen.
Yeah, I mean, they have enough ways of getting easy leads. I would say listing grandma's house or something and friends and. A lot of agents. There are actually two groups of agents. People who kind of treat it more like as a serious business, and we saw those guys like Chris Ball. He's also agent investor. Mr. Craddock from Virginia EXP Group. So those guys are aggressive. They're aggressive agents. They look for every type of lead they can find. They try to close them. But there's also probably like 60% of agents, and again, there's a lot of agents, but 60% of agents probably like listing neighbors' houses, like using referrals and do that type of stuff. So kind of semi-side hustle. So, and I see some point in that too, especially if they don't do it like full time. So having said that, let's, Mr. Alex Home Run Rodriguez, how's it going?
What's going on, everybody? I'm sure you guys are tired of me already. I've been here for Christmas Eve.
We're not tired of you.
Just working hard. I started wholesaling September, this past September, and I just hit the ground running. I wanted to just have a mindset where I'm going to take this seriously, and no one can outwork me. And that's my main thing, is just showing up every day and closing deals and learning as I'm going. Started to keeping track of my KPIs and stuff like that. Something that I wasn't doing when I first started. But yeah, man, that's just me in a nutshell. I just show up and bang the phones and put in the work and show you the bad, the good, and the ugly.
Awesome. And you are trying different exit strategies too, right? You're not like wholesaling, just the innovation, first deal.
I'm closing my first novation week from now. And that one too, right? It ended up being like a $7,000 pop, which again, a learning curve for me. It just taught me to better underwrite and better comp and stuff like that. But I mean, it's better than nothing. So at least I have that experience, and now moving forward, I know what to do and what not to do. But yeah, it's pretty cool just seeing to have, instead of becoming or just staying as a one-trick pony, it's better to have more tools in your tool belt. So
absolutely,
always stay learning.
And
well said.
Straight from Bible and Canada, Mr. Samson.
I'll take it. So my name's Samson Fregoso. I'm from Toronto, Canada. I'm relatively new to the community. I started, my journey in wholesale probably 6 months ago. Dealing the cold calls like crazy, and just putting in the grind. So I didn't have really much success, calling thousands of people trying to put their property under contract. So I was led to iSpeedToLead, and I've probably been here, just over a week, and I probably had, between 6 and 8 relatively good leads. Just the numbers didn't make sense for me, so I wasn't able to put them under contract. But being a part of the community and seeing all the different skills and novations and creative finance, it's just like, it's important for me to kind of learn these new skills, because I was kind of just a part of the wholesale community. So at the end of the day, I'm a lot like Alex in regards to just putting my foot down and putting the work in, because I don't really have any issues doing that. I do have a full-time job, but I work from home, so I'm able to kind of siphon both things at the same time. I started doing my KPIs as well, so just staying motivated and putting in the work.
Awesome. And Fred, first timer, tell us.
Yeah, first timer, but I've been doing real estate for almost 18 years now, buying, holding properties. I bought 6 properties creatively last year. Done fix and flips, done a little bit of everything. Just started focusing more on wholesaling for the last year. Definitely a big iSpeedToLead user. Had some great success there. So glad to be a part of all of this.
When you said I'm buying, like everybody was like, okay, he's buying. So
yeah, I'm in the Central Florida area or Orlando area, so I really buy all over, but particularly Central Florida. So.
Awesome. And if you need even more help, Jacob, tell us why you cool. Tell us about your dad, about your team. Give it all.
Yeah, absolutely. So my name's Jake, or Jacob. I'm from Middle Georgia. Me and my dad do this together. I've been doing it for about a year. He's been just wholesaling, right? He's been in the game for 6-7 years now, between being an investor, doing the flips, doing innovation stuff, everything. So we've got a team where we've got acquisitions, dispositions. He's transitioning to some things into like a dispo house. So we're kind of like a one-stop shop. And like I said, I've been doing wholesaling for about a year now. Got a bunch of deals under my belt. Transitioning to learning, funny enough, from Travis Wells about novations, and learning more about creative stuff as well to kind of add the extra tools in the tool belt. So typically, usually we close, at least for myself, I close somewhere in the realm of about 4 to 5 deals per month, closed and funded. So looking to step that up this year.
Awesome. So that was the cool intro, guys. You guys all have some balance. You probably bought some leads. I'm gonna mute everybody right now so you can start dialing. If you have a conversation, just thumb up. We're gonna mute you. We're gonna listen. But before we're gonna go this, so guys are gonna just start dialing. Guys, here's the cool, amazing thing that iSpeedToLead just launched. iSpeedToLead Closers competition, $25,000.
Amazing.
And everybody can participate. So here's the thing. So I really did my best to make sure that everybody can actually join. And again, for all information, FAQ, go to istl.co/closerball. Let me share the screen. And of course, we have some packages. Actually, just a quick reminder, I found out that some people don't know that we have exclusive instant leads just for $100 that you can just get straight to your CRM instantly. They never go to the marketplace, and you can get them just at $100. So it's on our fixed price mode section. And if you need some help with the setup, you can do it right here. Because again, everybody knows we are famous for the marketplace. But if you want to get custom $100 leads in different counties, you can be very specific here. You can get them here. The minimum budget, just put it there. And of course, parameters. Ashley was mentioning some sources. You can pick sources. You can pick parameters. And again, the price is fixed. You can actually, during this promotional time, you can actually add any parameters with the package, and the price will be still $100. But hurry up, keep it active or paused. Just don't stop, because on February 16th, for everybody who is not going to have fixed price mode active, the price will go to $125. Okay. And of course, packages related to football, NFL. There is a big ass owner package, $20K. So if you want to get a bunch of bonus, maximum bonus, and of course, being participants of roadmap influence, which kind of features we're gonna do, what we're gonna add into fixed price mode. Let's say, for example, right now on the radar, one of the things we discussed is the warm transfer. If you just want to get a bunch of balance, bunch of leads, and bunch of lead packs, GM package is yours. Coach, QB, and Edge. 3 more packages. You're pretty familiar with those. But here's the big thing, right? There is an early bird coupon with every deal. So if you buy a package till January 23rd, so it's basically 8 days, you also get special coupon. First one is to get $100 exclusive leads 24/7 till February 16th. So right now you can see like there is a coupon. So if you don't want to rely just on Yuri maybe sending a coupon, just buy a package, you're gonna get it complimentary, and $9 sale coupon for weekend sale leads again till February 16th. So there is still a plenty of weekends over there. So if you get a bunch of $9 leads, just get any package, you're gonna get it complimentary. And of course, you guys want to ask, Yuri, what is the competition about? We already got a package. Okay, so here's the cool thing, right? So everybody can participate. 25K in total price. So I'm gonna open this too. But you guys are familiar with Closer Coach, right? So there is 41 parameters. Ashley, I eliminated note-taking thing. So no note-taking, and we got 41 total parameters that give you the total max score of 410
Thank
points.
God.
Yep. And again, if you want to guys see the full information, I'm going to open right now. But again, you just need to record your calls and submit them. And we're going to update the leaderboard once in 24 hours. And how the submission form looks, let me just click on this. So you can check the list of all prizes. Let me quickly show you this. So it's 5K money balance. So it's 2,500 lead pack. Annual subs plus lead pack, $3,000 bonus balance, 1 year of coupon club, premium plus 250 lead pack, 2K bonus balance, again, coupon club with lead pack, 500 lead pack, $1,000 bonus balance, and $500 bonus balance. And every participant also will have opportunity to join one of those shows as well. And the reason why I do this is because we'll probably listen to your calls. If you submit your call, we're going to listen. You're probably a decent closer. So we'll be glad to have you live to give you a little bit of balance and to join. Again, the rules are, as usual, we got to have good internet, good connection. So, but again, 5K maximum price, 25K total price pool. And you can also see all the metrics, how you're going to be assessed with explanation. So it's total 41 metrics. And again, straight from AI Closer Coach. Opening tone, follow-up, explanations, how we talk about creative, and a bunch of other things. So having said that, even though I said that you can submit any lead, and you can, but if you call iSpeedToLead leads, you get extra 25 points. And if you buy the Super Bowl package, you get another 25 points with every submission. So we count only the maximum score. So you can submit 10, 20, 15 calls, doesn't matter. The maximum score counts. So, and how to submit, just put your name and last name. If you have account, you should have account with iSpeedToLead. If you're watching and you don't have it, or somebody just shared the form, you just register with this link, get $100 bonus. Put your team in. So it can be any, like if it's titanium, you can put titanium. If you have little group in front of titanium, you can put your little group in front of titanium. If you're sub 2 in New England sub 2, you can put it 2. If you're not part of any group, like you can put speed to leaders. So, but we want to just have some, track and some community feeling of everybody participating. You can upload up to 5 files here. And again, if you need to submit more, just do it again. And put the source. If it's iSpeedToLead lead, give us the seller phone number. So we're going to confirm. And if you bought a package, put a package and just submit. That's it. So how you can record, there are different ways to record things. Again, you can, I think iPhone has already included feature. Again, if you have your CRM or your tool that is recording, great. But again, it can be anything. You can put like another phone on recorder while you're doing this. You don't have to have a specific recording tool or CRM. Just want to emphasize, don't make just excuse, I don't know how to record. Yes, it's another opportunity for iSpeedToLead to participate, to win without actually spending anything. So because you can call, a bunch of free leads or whatever you're going to find again, and who knows, maybe you'll win. Again, AI Closer Coach, I'm not influencing it. I'm going to submit everybody. We're going to post who wins. So it's pretty objective, covers all the things. and so far it's been pretty pretty good in the way how it did things. And again, the winner will be announced on February 9th, so it's day after the Super Bowl, 7 p.m. Eastern, here live. And yeah, that's it. And we got guys already calling.
Information last night. I did speak with a few sellers just to see what investors in your area kind of purchase properties for and how much they want on the back end. So what I've come to find out is typically what they want is a 20% profit on their end. So I know that you had said that you got an evaluation on your property at 175, and I actually was very close to that number as well. So I think that that's a good comp in regards to ARV. So what I did was I comped 3 properties in the area. Now there were 2 that were a year old, and there was one that was sold September of 2025. So I did find a few that were roughly the same size in regards to your house. And there was one that was a little bit larger, and that one sold for a little bit more, but it was quite a larger lot. So your lot is almost 5,000 square feet. This one was 8,000 square feet. It sold for 190. Again, that's after repair value, right? And then I saw one that actually sold. So it was 1920 square feet, which is a little bit bigger than your home and quite a larger lot. So it was like 14,000 square foot lot, and it sold for 95,000. So there are comps all over the place. So we have to be kind of conservative in our kind of offer. So I just wanted you to be, I just wanted to be completely transparent with you. So like we had discussed, I'm not in the business of, overloading, what I essentially take back. So typically my fee is 10%. And if it's obviously 100K, sale, I would typically take home 10,000. But in this case, it came back with, again, we had discussed different repairs, and my repair cost was roughly $20 a square foot. And my repair cost came back with $48,120. Now, again, that's just an estimate. It could be, over or under based on just me having a discussion with you. So typically how it works from my end is once I send you a contract to sign, there are stipulations that, for instance, if we have a seller or a buyer that comes to the property and there are things that kind of don't match, we could always renegotiate on both sides. So if I'm able to sell the property and make, a substantial fee based on, what I would take home, then we could revisit that. Or what I actually did early this morning was I had a very similar conversation with a different seller, and she was kind of in a rough situation based on what she needed to kind of take from the property. So I essentially explained to her that, just as much as I want to make money, I also want to help people. So I explained to her that this would be my fee. And if I would to take home, above 15,000, whatever I would make, I would kind of gift to her in like a separate, we call it like a gift, right? So we would just kind of gift her the remainder, profit, because like I said, it's not substantial for me to just take, so much profit and have people kind of needing the funds rather than, me just kind of making it on my end. Obviously the buyer is the person that makes the most, obviously, because his fee is quite larger than mine. So what I did was, I estimated repair costs at, like I said, 48,000. And I think that is a bit more than what we discussed. But like I said, I kind of just wanted to be safe than sorry. And we did the evaluation at 175. It was really close to that number. It came back at 171. So I feel like that comp was fair. And typically how that works is if the seller wants a 20% profit, that would come, somewhere around 35, 40,000, right? So when I came back with the number, it came to 71,713.33. So I would round that to 75. And like I said, based on what I'm able to take back from that, we could kind of work it out on the back end. So if I'm able to get 85 for it, I could comp you guys like an extra 5 or depending 10,000, because then I would take back probably 20,000. And like I said, it's not precedent for me to take back that much. So we could always work that out in the, in the details after the fact. But right now my MAO came back at 71,713.33 based on all the information that I gave you. But I would round up to 75,000. So again, at 75,000, putting in 48,000 would bring the number to let's say 115, and then the seller would essentially be into it probably up to almost 150, and he would generate 28,000. So that's why I kind of comped a little bit lower, because I feel like he wouldn't really, like, I talked to 4 investors in your area yesterday, and when I kind of spoke to 75 and then him making roughly 30,000, he's like, well, typically we have a standard fee of 20%. And I said, I completely understand. I mean, 20%, again, if I were to just put this in my calculator, let me just give you an accurate number here. So 178, 171, 171 times 0.20 is 34,200. So if we were to get what essentially the evaluator assessed your property at, the buyer would want to make, let's say, 34,200. That's just the number based on 20%. Now, like I said, if I got the property at 75 and we put in, 48, we would be at, again, I'm just doing this on the calculator so I can tell you the right number. 75 plus 48 would be 123. So if we were able to fix everything and get it up to ARV for 123 and his roughly 40,000, you would be right at that number, just below. So you would have like, between a $5,000 and $10,000 cushion, which is, I think, comparable on both sides in case it's more or in case it's less. So like I said, Kathy, at the end of the day, I'm not in the business of, taking more than I deserve. Obviously, I spent between 4 and 6 hours last night calling and, creating these comp lists and the spreadsheet. So it gave me lower than what I'm offering you. I just thought it would be beneficial to kind of at least give you an offer of 75. At the end of the day, it's obviously not a forced offer, obviously based on your guys' situation and what you feel is what you deserve. Now, again, I did look into what you had bought the property. Obviously it was quite low because of, the age, you've been in the property. So you would you would probably clear somewhere between 65,000 profit. And essentially you wouldn't have to deal with the fixing, and you essentially just get money in your pocket and you can kind of walk away from that situation. Now, I don't know. I know you had spoke to your granddaughter living on the property. Is that correct?
Yes.
So is there a timeline that you kind of worked out with her in regards to leaving the property? I don't know, what you've kind of worked out with her.
Well, we're just kind of trying to make sure that whatever we do is done before September.
Okay.
So we just have we want her to be able to move down here before her baby child starts to school.
Completely understand. September. Okay.
All right. Well, I have your number,
okay,
and I will wait to hear from the other person, see what they're doing, what they're saying, and then I can give you a call back if I feel like that I want to go this route.
Okay.
Okay?
Sounds good, Kathy. I
All
appreciate
right.
your time, and I look forward to hearing from you.
All right.
Okay, thanks again.
You.
Bye for now.
All right.
Do you know who is the other person?
Sorry?
Do you know who is another person?
No, she was telling me when I called the first time that there was actually some other investor that reached out to her to look at the property. But this was 2 days ago. So when I called yesterday, she had said that the guy never, came to look at the property. So that's when we kind of worked on, the situation in regards to motivation and why she would want to sell. And it sounded like, there's quite a few repairs. I don't know how much of the conversation you were listening to, but it sounds like they're somewhere between 50K in repairs. So the ARV that I got was 171. And when I did my comps, there were, it was kind of all over the place. I did find properties that obviously were a little bigger in lot, so it sold for more. And then I actually found a property that was a little bit bigger that sold for less than that. So when I did my spreadsheet, my MAO came back as 71,713. So my rehab costs came back a little bit more than what we had discussed based on what she thought the rehab would entail. My notes here were, she assumed it would be anywhere from 20 to 30,000 in repair. My comps came back with a little bit of a bigger number at almost 41,000. So I was being a little bit, nicer in the assessment that I gave her. It came back 71,713. I offered her 75 just to see if I could close the deal. And then she really wanted 110 when we started the conversation. But I explained to her that, I completely understand that that's what you want, but we kind of got to look at it from both sides of the coin. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm in the business of making money. Obviously, you want to make money from your property. So if it makes sense at this valuation, feel free. We could sign a contract today. And then obviously she was a bit apprehensive in regards to getting a second offer from this other individual. So
and again, I don't want you to distract you from making more calls, but I think you want to be, because I noticed even by your introduction, you like to talk. You're in sales, which is good. But here is the thing. I mean, it's a bit different approach. I'd say somebody's writing, that was a lot of words to make an offer. I mean, I think there were some good things, and I'll be more on the side. Like I think the way how you said it, even the way, hey, I'm planning to make this amount. If it's over, you kind of said all those things. But I think that the thing that where you kind of failed is still to try to close this.
Okay.
So I think you wanna. Did you sign your contract, or did you at least do that or something?
So no, I didn't create a contract yet.
Okay, and I listen for that. So yeah, especially if you decided to do like second call, let's say we didn't do it right away, You have 75. Give her at least the contract. Give her some timeline. Hey, I'm trying, like, create some urgency. I'm trying to buy property or something like that. And again, you can keep your approach. Okay, I'm gonna just say, oh, change yourself, like change, do it differently, like be like a different type of guy. No, but you can still say in the way how you say things, hey, let me leave at least the contract. So I'm serious. This is a serious deal. This is the thing. And again, you can still add a little bit more information. By the way, this guy, this is what I want to do, right? I do it all the time, and any sales that worked, I want to a little bit work on another person.
Okay.
So you mentioned that you reached out, but like, did he say he's gonna visit? Like, what's the real timing there? And I can give you the reason why I'm asking, because there are multiple properties in your area that I'm considering, and I would hate to give this money to somebody else instead of you. So at least I want to leave you with the contract, so you can make a decision within, let's say, till, would it work for you, like till, I don't know, next Wednesday or something, and just put some timeline. And it also will give you a right to reach out again, because you tell, hey, here's a sense of urgency, here is a thing, and hey, just want to reach out to you, just want to check. And if I call her back, I might just ask, did this guy reach out? What's going on with this guy, right? So I want to make some kind of, I want to elevate credibility. Hey, I'm doing this for a while now, which is kind of like, kind of not. For a while it can be different term. So you're not gonna say a lot of years, but I'm doing for, I see that a lot. I see that a lot, but well, that's up to you. He might come out with a little bit higher number, but there is a lot of deals that fall off.
Okay. No, I appreciate the feedback. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm still kind of, getting my training wheels on. So all the information that I can get from you and Ashley in regards to, teaching, I'm all for it. So
sure. And again, I just want to say, just give you advice, right? Because you say you work in sales. I imagine when you work in sales, you always create some sense of urgency at your work.
True.
You just apply what you already know. And I'm telling you, you probably know better than most people who are not in sales. That's where you have advantage. This is where a lot of people have advantage who work in sales. It's just same principle.
Okay.
Let's keep on.
But what I'll do is I'll text you my business card, and if you do, change your mind and would like to get an offer, we'll be happy.
If you're saying, if I can figure out a way to cash flow a little bit on it, and then I can give you a down payment, so that's basically your equity up front. You know what I mean? Your equity up front, your mortgage will still get paid. You can still continue going on and buying another home if you'd like. We have it written up to basically where it's like, it's going to show that we're making the payments, not necessarily you. So then your debt to income won't be reflected. You know what I mean? So that's another thing too. So I don't know what your goal is as far as trying to, like, where you're going or what your situation is with your next home. You know what I mean? But if you're looking to sell this one, then I'd be interested in kind of seeing what we can do. But I just want to make sure that you're open to it first before I go and I write this whole thing up, and then we can talk a little bit about more of, down payment, asking price, interest rate, and stuff like that. And I like to make it easy for you so you can obviously understand it. But then we'll go through title and do all these different things to make sure you're covered, make sure I'm covered, and everything will work out. You know what I mean? Typically with something like this, I could probably do something pretty quickly. If you do list it with a realtor, I mean, we don't know how long it's going to take. It might take 30 days. It might take 90 days. It might take 6 months. You know what I mean?
Right.
So with this, I mean, it's just all about agreeing, going to the title company. They'll look at the contract. They'll go through everything, make sure it's good. You're covered. I'm covered. I've got the down payment down. I've got where your mortgage lender is, all this type of stuff. And we kind of just put the pieces to the puzzle together, and then we'll be able to move forward with the sale. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah. So what do you think?
Right. Well, let me think about it, and give me a call back tomorrow.
Okay, I'll do that. You know what I'll do too is, like I said, Ashley, she does this, and she can be able to give you a little bit more you like think about it a little bit, see if you have any questions. I'd like to answer them. I'll give you a call back sometime tomorrow, and then we'll kind of figure out what the game plan is and moving forward with something like this. And if it's a win-win situation for the both of us, I'd like to do business with you.
Okay, sounds good, sir.
All right, I appreciate it. My name is Andy, so I'm gonna go ahead and text you my number and my name, and then you'll have my info. So yeah, talk about it, think about it, and we'll come back tomorrow.
All right, thanks,
All right.
sir.
Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
All right. Yes, sir. Bye.
A few days ago, yeah, I would jump all over that if because with me doing my comps, there are a few things in
the window on each side of it.
Okay, that's good. Well, they did give me a thumbs up on the property. They said that this is we'd be interested in getting. Do you have any? Are all the property taxes all caught up? Anything like that?
My youngest daughter's taking care of that.
Okay, but there's nothing that's owed or any lien on the property.
I think there's 1 year, this year's taxes have not been paid, of course.
Okay. So this is this past year, correct?
I'd have to, pay all that.
Okay. Okay, perfect. Like I said, I'm putting all these notes down in the system.
Now, in the neighborhood we live in, there is a monthly association fee. That's $40 a month.
$40 a month. Okay, that was going to be my next question, actually. Okay, and so we're looking at the comps in the area, right? And it looks like we can't possibly get that number that you said your neighbor's house sold for, but it would need for us to go in there and, like, I know you said the property is in good condition and all that stuff, but when I'm looking at the ones that sold recently, they were pretty fixed up, right? They put new cabinets, they modernized them a little bit. They went in there and new countertops, and simply because if we want to sell in this type of market, which I'm sure you're aware of, it's not very good right now, right? It's not a seller's market. So we do have to put in that extra effort and extra money to get it up to be competitive, and so they did take that into consideration and made them a little nervous, but they are willing to buy it. And they said we'd be coming in anywhere from 35 to 45.
Nope.
Okay.
I know I can get 50 for it, so thank you.
Okay. Well, hold on. Let me ask you something.
That happens too. Alex, how's it going?
I'm calling her back, Brody. Give me a second.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. I was going to ask you one thing before you hung up on me.
What's that?
If they said that if we cover all closing costs, right, and you don't have to worry about any commission, what is the best you could do for us?
Well, I've got to get 50,000 out of the place, or I won't sell. I'll just stay put.
Okay. I'm gonna go back there and listen. I'll go fight for you and see if I can bring them up. It's just, having to pay closing costs, because if you do list it or get a realtor, you're not walking away with 50,000.
I'm not going through a realtor.
Okay.
I will not go through a realtor. I've had them calling me.
Okay. And have other people been offering to pay your closing costs and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Okay. Why haven't you sold it? Where have they been coming in? Tell me where we need to be at to make a deal today.
Well, my granddaughter is the one that's been trying to take care of it, and she's been sick, and she hasn't been able to do much of anything, and she also has a 7-year-old daughter. But I told her, just take it out, whatever,
Yeah,
I don't
and you
have
guys
to
haven't
move.
you guys haven't talked about the offers that are coming in. I just want to know where I need to come in to make a deal with you today. I really want to help you. I know you said you're getting older, and the both of you being blind. I want to help you guys out. You guys sound like great people, and I just want to know where I need to be so I can make sure and get you your money.
Well, how much is the closing cost and all that crap cost?
Well, roughly like 2%. And then, the commissions that we pay on the back end when we have to pay closing costs again. So, it adds up to being like $5,000, and somewhere around there, give or take.
Like I say, I've got to get 50,000 out of it.
Okay.
Or I won't sell. I'll just stay put.
Okay, no problem. I hear you.
I mean, it's paid for. All I got to do is pay the utilities.
And if we can come in at 50, can we get this done today?
Okay, I guess so. Yeah, I think so.
Perfect. What is a good email for you, ma'am? So I can go ahead and send you this agreement and we can go over it together right now.
Oh, shoot. No, there's nothing else.
Oh wow, I'm so sorry for asking it like that. Yeah, I know. It's totally had a brain fart. I know you're having trouble with your vision. Is there a way I can get maybe a notary out there that can go through everything with you today?
I guess so.
And I'll be there to call you and we can go over it together. And notary works for the state, so we won't be lying to you. He'll clarify everything for you and make sure you know what you're signing, and we'll go through it together so there's no questions, no confusion, and we're all on the same page.
All right.
What time can I get them over there? They're pretty open. I can see what they have today, but I mean, I can try my best. Are you free all day or?
Yeah, I'm free all day today, tomorrow, whatever day you want to do it.
Let's shoot for today. I'm gonna go get a hold of them, see if I can get them out there today. If not, I'll send them over first thing in the morning. Okay.
Okay, I just need them to give me a call before they come out.
Alrighty, ma'am. And what is the like your legal name that should be on the agreement? I know you said that it's in your late husband's name, but you said we can figure that out because you are the rightful.
Well, I inherited it with the will. He left it to me in his will, everything in his will.
Okay, can I have your full name? That way I write the agreement up.
It's Gladys, Gladys. Middle name is Marie, Marie.
Gladys Marie.
Ringhofer, Ringhofer.
Ringhofer. I was just about to ask, can you help me out with that? Because I'm a little dyslexic. Alrighty, I got this. Let me go ahead and put this agreement together, and I'll see if I can get them over today. If not, first thing in the morning. Okay, Miss Gladys?
Oh, it's kind of late in the day, but tomorrow will probably be better, huh?
Okay, sounds good. Can I call you maybe late morning, 10 a.m., 11, something like that?
That'll be fine.
Alrighty, ma'am. I'll be talking to you tomorrow morning, and look forward to helping you move on and put you in a better situation with your daughter's daughter and make it easy for you guys, because I know it can't be easy.
Yep, it's kind of rough.
Yeah, I hear you, Miss Gladys. But it was a pleasure talking to you today, and we'll talk soon. And let's get this to the closing table, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Alex,
those are always tough.
Are you there?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Guys, I hope everybody saw and watched how Alex called the freaking back the seller when she hung up on him. That's the balls. That's the balls, guys. And that's how you need to do. And the conversation ended up just fine. So he didn't care. He just called back and just went on his process. So again, I hope everybody realized that, you know, how that was done. I mean, she hung up right away. She just called back and just prolonged his whole conversation. Good job. There is a question: is there still a deal at 50 or no?
Yes, actually, it is a mobile home with land in Florida, and the ARV is like 150, 160. They're all the same year, and you know it's outdated. But the way I'm looking at it is, if I don't lock it up, someone else is. You know, and after we get boots on the ground and take pictures, and I get investor boots out there, you know, we'll have a better picture. And you know, it's sometimes you got to play the game like that. You know, it's the way I see it, dude.
And what was your offer initial one? So she got upset?
35 to 40.
Oh, okay. And what was your initial, like, how much did you want to get for the property?
She started at 50. She wanted 50. She said she's had plenty of calls before and she was set on getting 50. You know, I still wanted to anchor her and try to amplifying the pain to see if I can, you know, bring her down, and then came back. And if we pay closing costs, what's the absolute best? So yeah, you know, you could say she won that negotiation, but you know, I had to lock it up. And then, you know, we can always, when you're learning or starting, or it's a tough situation like that. And I've learned this from Ashley. She's an amazing coach. And she's like, look, if you don't lock it up, someone else is coming and locking it up. And at the end of the day, they're going to come and do the same thing, go back and renegotiate. It's the name of the game, man. So, you know.
I think he muted for the email. Also question, mobile home with HOA. It's a question.
Yeah, it's looking like a fix and flip, absolutely. But I can also work as a rental. I mean, the HOA is only $40 a month, which is not too bad. And I was looking there, and from the active to listing ratio is like over 35%. So it can go either way. And the good thing is, I have a really great realtor there in Florida. She's the one that I'm doing the novation with. And, you know, there's no lack of buyers there in Florida. That's why I like picking leads from Texas and Florida. They're like some of the top markets for me right now. They're working out great.
Yeah, and he says, don't you dare say lock it up too high and negotiate. Yeah, too high, no. But if it's, I mean, numbers sound right. And again, Alex is not trying to make 30 G's on every deal. So here's another thing too. I know there are different strategies, different stuff, but you know, Alex, my understanding is he's fine taking 5K, especially if it's easy. So, well, I would say though,
let me just say something. The novation that I'm closing on is also a mobile home, right? That one is an HOA for 55 elderly, and that one sold. It needed work just like this, and it sold for 90 on the MLS. So it's not, you know what I mean? Like there's still spread there, you know. Okay. There really is.
And it was all one call, right?
Yeah, literally the first call I made.
No, I think my main point here, again, I would make an argument like, would you want to just try to, if you know it's deal at 50, for example, would you want to try to be like 40, 45, not to anchor too much and just try to get it going right away? Plus, I didn't listen from the beginning, and the question is,
and that's cool, man. Like, good thing is we don't have to agree on everything, you know. Sure. We all do business differently.
But I wanted to add another thing. Like, if she had other calls calling, I would be willing to address other guys too, because that's what she's looking. She might get, that's what you said, right? Like, we didn't log, somebody else might try to log it at 50. So this is where somebody might just throw 55 just to lock it. By the way, there's a lot of wholesalers who just do that. And that's where, again, that's where I like to talk all the time about the credibility and like understanding, okay, who we're competing with and trying to plant the right seeds there. So respectfully, I don't agree with that strategy. I do respect the callback and objection handling. Well, are you saying this because you don't think that 50 is a deal, or what's your point? Because I would say most people who I know who close, they kind of have this attitude. They're not over obsessing every number and trying to make it like perfectly work for everybody and doing everything perfect. I mean, like those people don't close a lot. I mean, they over obsess things. They miss a bunch of opportunities and stuff. If you feel like it's 50, it's for sure no there. I mean, you can share that. Say, hey, like you guys way off on 50. It was a dumb offer. But overall mentality of like, hey, just get them done. I think whole Titanium actually thinks this way. Like, hey, just get it done. So don't be just like, oh, let's over obsess and let somebody else do a mistake or something.
And listen, if I only make 5K on this, I only make 5K on this. It's like,
yeah, sure. That's the point. I think this is a big comment from you. His own words were to negotiate after, so I assume not. Though I don't want to get hung up on it. His phone skill overall is exceptional. Well, and I would tell like this. Here's you might want to even know this thing. I'm not sure if you checked our. I don't know if it wasn't recorded, but I know people in this position, by the way, like Christian Glai. I'm not sure if anybody watched those videos. So we had a guy who worked actually in Dispo, and he's aggressive Dispo guy. He's not the guy who's like, oh, this is VIP buyers and I'm trying to be nice, So not this type of dude. He's always about like, hey, like beating between buyers and doing the stuff. But what he said though, this guy told like, I like to negotiate on every deal. Even if it's a deal, he's gonna call back and he'll try to squeeze more out of the seller. Every freaking deal. So there are definitely different strategies. I mean, there is definitely nothing wrong about trying to negotiate and renegotiate again. If you know that the deal is bad right away and you're just looking just to try your luck, I think it's bad. But again, it's I think it's a good debate, honestly, because I can make argument like overall wholesaling is like very questionable thing when we talk about ethics. So that's but that's why I think it's a great point. But yes, whoever is watching, guys, the biggest thing is the person hung up and he just called you back. So and good job. Let's keep pounding. Don't want to take do want to say too much more. Okay, who else is left? Oh, is there somebody left?
I tried to thumbs up here earlier, but just got one under contract.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh no, it's fine. It's fine to criticize, bro. That's what we want to do. We're not trying to do here, And again, everybody should say like, Yuri, you never close a fucking deal in your life. That's it. So that's where every argument can always stop. But no, I don't think anybody is getting offended about anything.
Yeah, and to be fair, I didn't get it under contract, but I got a approval. So
okay,
it's not a done deal.
So let's send it. Let's log it. So was there any reason why you just didn't do it there?
No, he's traveling right now, so he's driving.
Okay.
So he was unable. I asked him. I said, "Can I go ahead and send this over to you and go over the contract while you're on the phone?" He said,
"Oh, you tried? Okay, I got
yeah, of course." He's driving, so he said if he could follow up at 11 tomorrow, he can go over it and sign then. But he had another offer from Wholesale, was very close, so I was trying to beat him up some, but he said it was just a little lower than his offer. And I told him, I was like, I'm going to be honest with you, just because it sounded like he had another offer, so I didn't want to mislead him. I said, just so you know, I'm wholesaling this, so I don't know if your other offers coming from an end buyer, but I don't always bring it up, but just wanted to be upfront and honest with them. That's sort of how I roll.
And you do wholesaling, and it's not novation, right?
This one would be a cash offer. Yeah, I did pitch novation to him because the price he originally wanted to be at is closer to my novation price. But it's a cheaper home. It's probably like 270, 280 value home. He wanted 210. I told him we could probably get close to that, like around 200 with the novation. I was looking at trying to be at 170 cash, but probably going to end up more around 185. So
So what do you say on novation? Like, don't want to wait?
He doesn't want to do like a 60-day closing. He doesn't want to do showings. It's a decent property, but I mean, it's not like brand new or anything, but it's a nice turnkey property. He had it as a rental, and his daughter was living there, so his daughter moved to college.
Got it. Great. Let's hear somebody else. Let's keep pounding. Good job.
Buddy, be well. Thank you.
If you ever need anything, feel free to reach out.
Okay. You have a good.
And our daughter's taking care of her and everything. So, but yeah, I totally understand. Family's got to come first before any properties or anything else. So you're doing the right thing, David, about focusing on what matters the most, because properties and cars and all those things, they're replaceable, and money comes and goes, but your family, you only have one wife or one mother, or in my case, so I totally get that. How long have you been thinking about selling? You said, so the tenant moved out, and then just after that, you just said, hey, I'm just going to not have to worry about it anymore, deal with all the problems. And
Let me just set the
yeah,
stage clear.
sure.
There has been nothing taking place that caused me to say, oh, I got to get rid of this.
Right.
The property has been paid for about 10 or 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
I don't owe any taxes. My insurance is through USAA.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's just something I decided that it's time.
Right. Right. Yeah.
So if you're looking for something that would tell you that I'm desperate, I'm not desperate. I'm a retired lieutenant colonel. I'm a disabled veteran. My wife also is retired, so financially we are having no problems. It's just that I feel it's time for me to just live out my days without getting concerned about who moves or who stays.
Yeah, I totally get that. I have rental properties, David, and when I get to where I want to retire, and I'm going to sell all the rental properties, because I don't think any of my kids, I don't think they want anything to do with the properties, to be honest with you, because they're a headache, they're a hassle, right? People call you all the time, they text you. I just had a tenant yesterday call me with like a leak, and not a leak, but the water not draining in the kitchen sink, and it's just always something. If it's not one thing, it's another thing. And especially like you said, you want to enjoy life, and
I said I'm ready to sort of walk away from it.
Mm-hmm.
The things that I had to do, I attribute that to the cost of ownership. So you have to sit around and cry the blues because nobody made me do this. Okay.
Right. Yeah, I totally get it, David. I totally get where you're coming from. Did you have a price in mind that you were hoping to get for it? If we bought it as is, we paid cash, there's no realtor commissions taken out.
If you bought it as is, somewhere between $135,000 and $140,000. That's as is. The comps over in that area for those units is about $185,000. I had a fellow come over and look at it. He represents himself to be an investor, and what he did, he laid out to me what he considered a great project to restore the place.
Mm-hmm.
And he offered me $80,000, and I just told him, no, I'm not going to do that. I don't need to waste time, because I have one son, and I got 3 nephews and a niece, and if it's there when I die, they can do whatever the hell they want to do with it. But right now, I'm just not in the mood to go through any hoops just for somebody to say they'll give me whatever they want, because that's not going to happen.
Right.
If you buy my property, you're not looking to get property with equity. You're looking to get property from me with ownership. I own it. I don't owe anybody. Haven't owed anybody in 10 or 15 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm just kind of looking at, you know, what's on the market and then what's kind of sold. I know there's another, it actually must be, let's see, that's 244 Lenoa Lane. Must be really close to yours. It looks like it recently sold for 152, but that one looks like it's a little larger and
They're all about the same size.
yeah, this looks like.
On the Noah Lane, they're all the same size. They're all 2-bedroom units as far as I know.
Yeah.
And I've owned property out there since 1985.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm just looking at this one. Yeah, it looks like that one sold. I'm just trying to see the condition of it, because the main thing is, you know, David, is the condition. Because if we have to go in and, you know, sometimes people get, you know, estimates from online or Zillow or whatever, but then when you go in, you know, those estimates are really, you know, assuming that your property's already been renovated. So if we have to go in and spend, you know, 35 or 40,000, you know, doing renovations, then we have to make sure that we could sell it or rent it and get, you know, our money back, obviously.
Well, you know, I really don't know what other investors are renting for. What I will say that I'm absolutely certain that I am renting for $300 or $400 less than the other investors. And I got into this business to provide home for people with low income. I didn't get into this to try to make a fortune, and I didn't waste my time over the years. Every time I got $200 acre in the property, go out and borrow money against it. I didn't do that. I bought those properties 2058, 2060 in 1985. At the time, I took out a adjustable rate mortgage. And I did not have to refinance. What I ended up doing over the period of that loan, I just did what's called equity reduction, which means what I did was when I paid my mortgage payment, I paid an additional amount. And, you know, to keep myself above board. So, you know, I'm not in no stress or strain in this property. If it sits there so big, I don't necessarily want to pay the taxes, because in the last 3 years, the taxes have gone from $600 or $700 per unit to $1,600, $1,700, and $1,800 a year.
Yeah, I follow you. Yeah, I'm also looking at, well, I guess there's a couple that sold. So the one at 2044 Lenoa sold for 152. That sold last year. Well, all these sold last year because it's just a new year. But there's another one, 184 Paget Drive. That sold for 139.
That's one straight over.
Yeah.
There are a number of those over there. I don't know what kind of work they did on the inside, but on the exterior, they put some paint on and some new, it looks like some new ones. I won't say all of them.
Right. Yeah, I have to look at this and say, okay, if we come in and we spend 35,000, you know, and then some of these properties are selling in the 130s and 150s, then we can't do it to, you know, just break even. So we have to make a little bit of profit. So we'd probably be similar to that other offer that you heard, to be honest, David, just because, you know, us investors, and you being an investor yourself, you know that, you know, you have to, it's all about math. It's not about emotion. You know, we have to make sure that.
Well, I guess it depends on what your motivation for getting into it and what you expect to get out of it. And I got the satisfaction of providing housing for people over all those years.
Right.
From 85 until now.
Right.
Yeah, our company, you know, when we put it back on the market, obviously we have to make some profit to keep our contractors and everybody else. We have, you know, overhead, and like a single person that's investing, you know, there's low overhead, but with a company like ours, you got to pay people, you got to, you know, have all this other expense. So we'd want to, you know, make a profit to pay for everybody and to make the company a little money at the end of the day. If we keep it as a rental property, we could do that too. We'd probably still have to put some money into it for repair. The other way, David, that we can, you know, possibly get you, you know, closer to what you're looking for, and it will also reduce your taxes, is if we provided you with like a down payment, and then you know, provided you with monthly payments over. Okay.
When I sell this property, I'm going to walk away from it.
Okay, I got it.
I'm 89 years old.
Yeah, I figured so much. Yeah.
To do that.
Yeah, I figured that would be your answer, David, but I thought I would at least, you know, mention that to you.
I don't need to have any guidance on my tax deal because, first of all, my retirement is paid by the taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not one that run around and try to avoid paying air taxes at all.
Right.
Because if we all did that, the country would go to the dogs.
Right.
I think we all need a little bite to eat sometime, okay?
Yeah, same for us. We need to make a little profit, or otherwise, you know, we wouldn't be able to stay in business. But yeah, we'd probably be around the 80,000. Now that's it, you know, money in your pocket.
Listen,
Yeah.
I don't need to waste any time because when I went into this investment,
Mm-hmm.
and nobody was concerned about when I was going to start even breaking even. I didn't worry about that. I bought the property because at the time, the place was advertised as a place for people who worked at, the aircraft company up in Marietta. But the road they talked about that was going to be opened up from Hartsville to Darby's Air Force Mayfair never came about. Plus, Lockheed had a heavy layoff, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So those of us who purchased property out there found that we couldn't rent for what we thought we were going to be able to because the workforce at Lockheed was cut back.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't sit down and cry the blues. I just figured out a way to make it through the down period.
Yeah.
So here I am today, and I'm not going to listen to you when you want to waste my time talking about $80,000. Okay?
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
if that's what you're saying, we can terminate this conversation.
All right, David. Well, sorry we couldn't help you out, but you know.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, David.
Hey, Fred, can you hear us? Fred?
Yeah, I'm here. I just got off the phone with the seller. Just made an offer.
Yeah, we were listening, but not from the beginning. So how much we were off there?
We need to be in about 80,000. He basically said no to creative financing. He's 89 years old. His wife has some medical conditions. It's a rental property. He's owned it since 1989. It's got a lot of repairs needed to it. It's, you know, he also turned down another offer around about 80,000. So I think he's kind of got it in his mind. I gave him some comps in the area. In fact, right on the same street, it's a townhome. You know, they're selling the 130s, 150s maybe, but those are renovated though. This as high as 206, but that was heavily renovated. So, yeah, so he basically said no to creative and no to, you know, cash offer. So he hung up on me, and
How much
so
did he want?
What's that?
How much did he want for the property? Like Zillow pricing?
Yeah, he wants Zillow pricing. He wants like 140, 150, and it's got a lot of work. It's never been updated. It's 85, and it's just been rented this whole time and he's not updated anything. So it's got quite a bit of repairs that's needed for it. Yep.
And is it bad for like any innovations too or something like that?
I didn't really get into that. I'll probably call him back a little bit, to kind of go with a novations pitch because that might be closer to what he's looking for. But yeah, that could be a potential option for this one.
Yeah, because I think creative might sound a little bit scary for older people.
Yeah, he's 89, so I don't. Yeah, he said he's done that before, and he don't want to do that. And I get it. He just wants to be done with the property.
Got it. Okay. No, we'll listen to your call. I think let's keep going.
All right.
We're on the pond and golf course. We have a dog. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, George, this is Jake. I just want to give you a call about the info you put in on my ad. If you could, call me back, 470-712-2288. Thank you.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Karen, this is
All right. So, let me just ask you a few questions about the property, see if we can even, get you that number. If not, I won't waste my time or anything or your time at all.
Okay.
Yeah, let me ask you some information, and once I get all the details, I'll make you the offer. Like I said, if it's not close, I won't even bother. But and then if the number makes sense to you, then we can go ahead and I can send you an agreement and we can go over it together. And as long as everything's good on the agreement, we can go ahead and sign it and send it to title company, right? And then title company, they act as a third party, right? They protect you as a seller, me as the buyer. And then after that, the hardest part is just choosing the closing date that you can choose, which is good because that's how you know when you'll get paid, either wire transfer or certified check. Does that sound good?
That sounds good.
Perfect. Can you tell me a little bit about your situation condition-wise of the property?
Okay. There's nothing. It had a new roof back when we had that ice storm. I think it was 2016 or 2014. I've had to put a new water heater. I had to put a new air conditioner. And I got a bigger unit because I guess the other unit was too small. However, nothing else has been done to it. It needs to be painted on the inside, I think, to perk it up some. The original cabinets are there. We did redo the master bathroom, and we made it handicapped because my mom was handicapped. It used to be my parents' house.
Okay.
And other than that, I mean, we don't have any pets. We don't have any kids. We don't, So there's nothing major wrong other than the things I said. So, and outside, I just looked today and everybody's yard is dry. We've had to put sod twice, and it just seems to dry up because we can't water it as often as it should be because we go into water restrictions. So other than that, there's really nothing else I can tell you. It's just too big, and I'm at that age where I'd just rather be in an apartment and not have to do anything.
Absolutely. It's the less work for you, less hassle.
Yeah.
Having a property can really take a toll on people, especially as you get older,
Yeah.
And, I'm not one to talk because I'm a baby, right? I'm 33, but my
You are.
grandmother, my grandfather, it's, you get to spend time with them and you see that it gets harder, and you kind of don't want to see someone you care about in a situation they don't need to be in.
Right. And my family's in Wisconsin. I don't know if I want to stay here for much longer. I don't know if I want to go back to cold weather. However, I don't have any close family here other than my husband.
Well, let me ask you this, Miss Olga. What in the world are you doing all the way here in San Antonio?
Well, because I always liked San Antonio, and I've been here since '98. But when I was living in the Chicago area with my first husband, and I was going through a divorce when my parents told me they were going to retire down here. So I said, okay, I'm getting divorced. I'm packing it. And I was actually here for 4 years before they actually came down because they offered my dad a couple more years to work and he took it. So, but yeah, that's how I ended up here by myself. But my dad's originally from Uvalde.
Oh, okay. So Texas raised, right?
Yeah.
No, I hear you. I mean, Texas is not a bad place to be, but no, I can definitely see why, you would want to get a smaller place and maybe be closer to family, right? And
yeah, I'll stay here for another year or two, but I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do. But it's just nice to know that I can just up and leave and not have to worry about leaving the house by itself, having somebody to watch it,
No, I hear you. But if we can make this happen and get you a number that makes you happy, you're definitely, ready to sell.
Oh, yeah. I've been, my brother was just down here not too long ago. He cleaned out the attic. My dad, I don't know what the hell. He had so many fishing poles up there. So I was just, trying to get rid of stuff. As a matter of fact, I have a little pile of stuff back here that needs to get rid of back here in the yard. But other than that, I mean, I like the house. It's a nice house. In the area, I've had no complaints, no neighbor bullshit, a lot of military people that live in the area. So it's nice. I'm comfortable. Walmart's right here, HEB down the road, and it's like,
that's great.
Everything's
when
close.
he was in there, did he see, because obviously I'll be transparent. I'm an investor. So if I buy this, I'm going to either, make it pretty, fix it, and then flip it, it's
Right.
make it competitive with the market. And, the roof is something that does make us concerned. So I just want to make sure there's nothing in there, or maybe how old is the roof? Do you know that by any chance?
Well, when we had the ice storm, it was replaced in 2016.
Okay.
And my dad put a better grade of stuff that was up there. I don't know a lot about roofing, but I know that he told me, he goes, since I had to replace it, I just put better stuff than what was there. So
Got it. No, yeah.
I
I mean,
upgraded
10
it.
years is getting up there, but at least for now, for another 5 years. So
Yeah.
something to keep in mind, but not something that worries us or scares us away.
Right.
And, can you just tell me more about the structure of the home? Does it have a solid foundation? Are there any doors getting stuck when you're opening and closing them, anything like that?
No, nothing like that. Other than the paint, I mean, I think it still looks nice even. But no, nothing. The cupboards look nice. Like I said, you know, with no kids, no pets, no nothing. We've never had any
Tell
of
me
the
about
above.
it. My kids
Yeah.
drive me crazy, and it's hard to keep a house smelling and looking clean when those little shits
Yeah.
are running all over, you know?
Yeah. And so it's got a huge, huge master bedroom. And it's got a huge walk-in closet in there. And then of course that's the bathroom that's handicapped. So it's a pretty decent sized bathroom. It's
And
got
when
a
you guys
huge
updated the bathroom and made it handicapped, did you guys do any upgrading, or does it still look like, you know, original to the build, where we're gonna have to go in there and make it nice and pretty and fix it up?
I think it still looks decent. I don't, other than, you know, they gutted the other one out and made it, it's still like a shower, right? But it's no tub.
Okay.
Because my mom was handicapped. There is a handicap rail on the side when you walk in. But, you know, other than that, no.
Okay, and I'm asking
And,
because, you know, those are the things that sell houses, right? When a
right,
family
right.
goes in there and they see a nice, pretty kitchen and a nice vanity on the restroom, you know, those are the things that at the end of the day we have to do. You know, those are the things that I would say we work most on. So yeah, I just want to make sure, but it does sound like we might have to go in there and just updating, right? The rest of the
Yeah,
house, does
it's
it look
just,
original to the build, like, or anything else upgraded?
no, we did upgrade the slab back here, the patio,
Okay, so just
in
the
the
outside.
back. Yeah. And then my dad built he put it himself. It's like a walkway. So what happened is usually the gates are right on the side of the house to go in the backyard. Ours is on the side because we sit in a corner.
Okay.
So the nice thing is, if, you know, like I had a car, my husband had a car, my dad had a car, there was plenty of room to park alongside the house, you know, or if you have guests over, you know, there's extra parking, but because we sit in the corner, you're able to park along the side of the house. But anyway, my dad changed the entrance to the backyard to the side, only because the driveway is kind of uphill, and my mom being handicapped, it was easier to bring her to the back, to the side of the house. He would just drop her off.
David, let's make some dolls.
Don't worry, we're almost done. Thank you so much for your time.
Mm-hmm.
I am, what I'm doing right now is looking at the houses in your area, what they're selling for, right? Do you know more or less, you know, the condition of the market there in your area? I'm seeing some houses selling anywhere from 250, 260, but you know, two-story homes, really good looking, remodeled and stuff like that. Is yours a one-story or a two-story?
Mine's a one-story. And that's because my mom was handicapped. That's why.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I kind of knew that, right? Just had to ask.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's most of these are two-story that are selling from
Yeah.
190 to 260. You know, and I just gotta be honest with you, just based on this, I don't think we're gonna be at 200, ma'am.
Okay. What would you be at?
I'm putting in all this information. Give me a second. As I'm putting this information, my underwriter is getting it in the back. Let me just put you on a brief hold and see where their head is at right now. I'll be right back. It won't take me like a minute or two, okay?
Okay.
she's asking 200. There's no way. There's a house that's bigger than hers with a pool that sold for 192.
Did you tell her
I
that?
already told her we're not coming in at 200, so she's asking where we would be coming in. So I'm gonna hit her with some logic and then try to bring the pain up and see, anchor her and see if she doesn't hang up on me.
But how did she come up with this price? Like, because she just looked at this house with pool and all the renovation?
She just, that's what she wants. That's how much money she's looking for, and that's why I kind of hit her with the comps. Like, hey, look, this is how much this is selling. So from the get go, I told her we're not coming in at 200.
Did you ask her why does she need as much?
Yeah, she's trying to move to Wisconsin with her family. I mean, no real reason that justify getting to 200, but we need to be way lower than this. So
Significantly lower is how I started conversation.
yeah, and
Yeah,
she had any upgrades. So I try to make her say herself that nothing's been done, and I got her to say that no, nothing's been done, just the roof. So
does she understand the market just keeps getting worse?
I told her.
I know, guys. I know everybody voted for Trump, but we don't want to say that. But we need to tell it to sellers. So that's where you can create extra pressure. Like deals are not gonna get better this year. So that's and if you guys first time watching hear me saying this, like you can check on Zillow on average, market values of houses went down 6%, and I think it's just it doesn't happen and often over the history of housing. So it does not. So so this is where all of you should be really leveraging this, somehow, some way, and planting those seeds to sellers. So, and
I see a cash comp that sold at 152. So I want to be lower than that. So I'm going to come in at, 115 to 130 and then go from there.
who was live who said like, "Hey, I'm not gonna give you 100," and after that you go from there? Do you remember? It was on the last live. Like you start this like kind of semi-anchoring, like, no, of course I'm not gonna give you 100,
Yeah, I don't
but
remember
it will be
that.
well lower than what you want. So but you kind of, somebody made a comment like, hey, you already make them a little bit more comfortable that, and after that you kind of
Hello,
hit
Olga.
the number.
Hey, Olga, thank you so much for holding. So we looked at the market in the area, and this is something that they did show interest in. They're thinking that because nothing's been done in a lot of years, the price as is condition that we would do would be coming in. Okay, so hold on. They just sent me another message. Yeah, they're looking, for us to make it work, because we're not trying to hit a home run here. We rather make a lot of money. I mean, a little bit of money on a lot of deals than try to make huge amounts on one deal. And again, we're just trying to keep the lights on. But for this to work out for us, to get this done for you, we need to be between 115 and 135.
Oh no. Nope. Because I've got a better offer than that already.
Oh, really? How come you didn't sell it, ma'am?
Because I'm still checking my options. I did tell him if he could wait for me till May, and he said he would. But I was still checking other options because I haven't signed anything.
No, that's the right thing to do, right? You can't just go with the first person.
Right.
Let me ask you this: how closer can you get to our number?
Oh, it's a lot more than you're offering.
Oh wow! Did we miss something? I'm looking at here, and there's like a house with a pool that sold for 190. So as investors, I think that's what would be coming in.
Where's that house with the pool that sold for 190?
I can give you the address right now, or close.
That's further back. This subdivision is not that big at all. That's an older subdivision behind us.
It says one street over Castle
Yeah.
Glade Drive.
And yeah, those are other homes that were built. There's not that many here in our subdivision. It's just a loop and those homes. That's it.
Okay.
And so those are older homes. I know there was one that was when we moved here. There was a house back there that had a pool and was selling for $80,000. So yeah, the ones back there are older.
Got it. So again, how much closer can you get to our number?
Well, it's a ways away from your number.
That's okay. Give it a shot.
Well, the other person offered me 180 for this one.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
Ma'am, I'm letting you know right now, you should take that offer all day because I'm
I
surprised.
know.
Yeah,
So far, that's been my
absolutely.
best offer. So,
And let me ask you
um,
this: Did they give you a closing date? Because a lot of these guys, they do, and this is just experience. I talk to a lot of sellers who get promised one price. Next thing you know, they have it listed on the MLS without their knowledge. So when you do go over the agreement with them, make sure that they're not trying to list it behind your back or anything like that. And this is just, even if you don't sell it to me, just trying to give you some advice because there are some shady people out there, and
yeah, I know. And
there's
I've
no
been,
shortage of investors that are doing that stuff. And then we have to be here and clean
exactly.
up their mess and stuff like that. So just be careful with,
No,
what.
yeah, because those are the ones that offered to move me too.
Oh yeah, they promise
So,
you the world just to get your signature on there, but then they come back and
mhm.
try to beat you down on price. So just be careful, and
Oh,
like I said,
absolutely. I've
if
already
it's an absolute
contacted my attorney
trust,
and everything.
yeah, that's
So,
awesome. Do that. And
hmm
like I said, I'm here as a resource, your real estate guy through and through. So if you need anything, even if you don't sell to me, I'd be more than glad to help you with that. But if that's a serious offer and your attorney approves it and make sure they're not going to list it behind your back or do any shady business, feel
hmm
free to reach out.
yeah, I haven't signed nothing with nobody. I just, it's just been word of mouth because I don't want to do nothing until I'm for sure that that's
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. And if you need me to go
So,
over any of their agreements too, I can shoot you a text with my name. But yeah,
yeah,
that's
do
a
that.
great offer.
Because I would appreciate that.
And what about the other guys? How have they been coming any lower, or what does it look like? Because I know investors, right? So
I had 150 and 130.
okay, that's a little more reasonable, So I think that's kind of more on the ballpark, So realistically, I think this would sell at, just because I'm seeing comps in the area. But yeah,
hmm
in order for investors to come and make a buck on here, and it all depends how much they want to make, right? Again,
hmm
we're not looking to hit a home run, just keep the lights on. But if anything, and if we do pay closing costs, you know, I think we might be able to come up a little bit if you can meet us halfway. But yeah, there's no way we can get to the 180.
Yeah. Actually, it was just shy. It was 179 something.
Okay.
So it was almost 180. So.
Well, absolutely, ma'am. And
Okay.
if you're willing to work with someone who's done this for a long time and doesn't promise you the world and is transparent from the get-go, we're always here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Yeah, because as
appreciate
with
your
a
honesty.
cash offer, they are going to be coming in low, just because the nature of the cash offer.
hmm
And how I mentioned earlier that some people do list it. That is another route that maybe we might be able to get you more for your asking price. But again, it won't be me as the end buyer, but we
hmm
help you market it to investors and stuff like that we have. And if and only if we need to maybe list it, we know how to market it as an equity listing, which it means that is as is, and we bet buyers that we already know that buy in the area. But yeah, maybe that way, if you want us to market it for you, maybe if you don't care. I always like to ask sellers, do you care where your money comes from?
Do I care where it comes from?
Yeah.
Not really.
Well, and people
Why?
laugh, right? Because they always think the worst. And I'm not talking no cartel money or anything like that, right? But, and just being transparent, we won't be the buyers, but we do get you top dollar for your property just because how we market it. We have our cold callers just blasted everywhere to the investors who are actively buying in the area and possibly end buyers that buy retail, right? But again, we know exactly who to market it to. We pre-vet them, and if any repairs need to be done, we take care of that, and not you, because we want you to get as much money as possible. So that's always an option.
Okay, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been, and I'm really don't want to get scammed, so I've been checking everybody out. I have them send me, their information, and I look it up, but. Yeah, I've never done this. And the whole thing is that we're old.
Yeah.
We're just the two of us. We don't have a truck. So the easiest thing, I could put it on the market and get a lot more. I just don't want to have the hassle of that. I really don't.
And then
the
a lot of
house is
times,
already
the
paid for.
financing companies, they do require to make repairs, right? And
Right.
it can be a hassle sometimes. So, but
Yeah,
hey, look,
and
good
it's
thing
already
I'm
paid
local
for,
here.
so I don't want to have to mess with anything.
Yeah, exactly, right. And it's kind of like, what's more important to you, top dollar or speed and convenience, right? So it has to be a win-win. But listen, Olga, again, my name's Alex. So it's a pleasure talking to you. And the good thing is I'm local, right? And very transparent about everything. So I'm willing to go over the numbers with you to make sure you're not getting scammed and show you the market condition and all these things. Because I don't know if you've done or heard the news recently, but it's not a seller's market right now. And I just want to be transparent with everybody about that, right? To have realistic expectations, and most importantly, to not get scammed, because there are people who they see you older and they try to pull a fast one on you.
Oh yeah, no. So I appreciate it though.
Absolutely,
maybe when
Olga.
I get the paperwork, I might give you a call.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll be here.
If you can text me your info, that would be greatly appreciated, because if I hear of anybody else going through what I'm going through, I'll recommend them.
Sounds good, Olga. I'll make sure you have my contact info, and just reach out anytime you need anything with real estate. Okay, talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
How do you think she got that offer?
Say again.
How do you think she got that offer? Such a high one. Is it like legit or no?
They tried to do innovation without telling her or something. I just, it's hard to tell, man. It really is. I knew this one wasn't going to be a one-call close, so I just at this point, I just tried, just unloading the ammo and watch out for other investors. And
I just got a killer sub 2 deal, like a killer one.
Tell us.
In Georgia.
Tell us.
So right now I have to structure it, but he wants to move forward as soon as possible. The house is fully remodeled and stuff. He just bought it. He needs to get it off his hands because he has way too much on his plate. I don't want to tell you guys too much on it, because then people will go look for this lead, but because I don't have it locked up quite yet, but he is accepted. I just have to structure 2.2% interest rate on his loan. He does have some equity. He's willing to do 0% on that. So this is like a killer freaking deal. Anyone else on a good conversation right now? Looks like Fred might be. Give it a try.
Oh, okay.
Asking 89.
Okay.
But maybe she changed it to 82. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm showing it's right now it's for 82,000. So just curious, out of all the offers you received, how how come you haven't accepted anything? Why didn't you take one of the other offers so far? Are they coming in too low, or what's going on there?
Yeah, they're very low.
Okay.
Very low. And I'm not desperate to sell it.
Okay.
And, sometimes that's why the realtor gets angry with some of them, she said.
Hmm.
I don't know. It's just,
Yeah.
and I was just thinking about just doing whatever the painting I need and just put it back in the market for renting,
Hmm.
So,
Yeah,
don't sell it.
that might be a fairly decent option, but like you said, having to deal with the tenants and the problems. And are you from the Columbus, Georgia area, Caroline, or where are you at now?
I'm in Fargo.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I saw your phone number. I was curious if you're in Fargo or in Georgia. Yeah, so managing and trying to take care of a property out of state. I mean, especially even cross town. It's a lot of work and stress for you, I'd imagine. Yeah. So, what kind of offers have you been getting? Do you remember some of them that you've kind of turned down? I'm just curious what the offers were coming in at.
A few months ago, I think it was, someone was offering 7.9,
Okay.
8, and that's the only one I can remember. Pardon me. One gentleman was from Florida also, and
Mm-hmm.
he was very interested. And but then I didn't hear any more from him, so I don't know what happened to him.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of a slow market. People are just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the interest rates to drop. And a lot of people are cautious about, buying properties right now. So there's a lot of listings that I hear get canceled, and they don't really end up closing. So people are being really careful with their money. So just curious, what are you going to do with the money, Caroline, once you sell it? What's your plans? Any big plans for it?
No, I'm very well financially situated.
Mm-hmm.
My husband is a retired Army colonel and cardiologist.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, and I had a very lucrative career myself. So that's
Mm-hmm.
why I'm saying I'm not really in a rush, and I'm not trying to gouge anybody either.
Sure.
But so if it doesn't sell, it doesn't sell, and we'll still eat breakfast tomorrow.
Right.
But,
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, because I was just looking at some of the comps in the area, and you have done a lot of work to it. I see that, but the outside, still's got to do quite a bit of work there, to bring it up. Do you know how old the roof is? The roof looks a little old from the pictures. Has that been updated, or?
I put a roof on there. I thought it's about 15 years ago.
Oh, okay.
The papers.
Yeah, typically for roofs that old, like when we buy properties and we resell them, a roof that's 15 years, they pretty much have us replace the roof. So that we'd probably have to replace the roof. Like if we're trying to, so we buy it to either, to resell it, put it back on the market, or we buy it to hold it, have renters move in. If we were to buy it and renovate it, we'd definitely have to replace the roof. We'd have to repaint the exterior, and I just kind of noticed there's some repairs that need to be done, and like the blocks, there's some areas that's got to be patched, and it's hard to tell from the pictures, but we'd have to do some renovations, on the outside, and all of that. So, yeah. Do you have a price in mind that, I know it's listed and you still have to pay a realtor, but if we can close, in the next 30 days, we could buy it for cash. Is there, what do you think is the best you could do for us as a cash offer?
Well, you're a professional. You see this a lot. What do you think?
Well, what I think, again, putting in the repairs and, factoring in all of that, we'd have to look at it if it would make sense as a rental for us, or if if we were to buy it and to try to resell it. But if we were to try and buy it and resell it, would probably be around, in a perfect world, 55 to 60,000. And again, that's cash. It's closing quickly. Now, the other way we could also potentially buy this for you, if price is more important to you, then what we could do is, if you'd be open to creative financing, and then that would be something to where we would give you a down payment and it would make you monthly payment. So with you being out of state, we would basically have financing from you. So you'd be the bank for us. You would get an interest payment, you get, monthly payments, and then of course you would have a lien against the property, which guarantees that if we're not able to make payments or anything like that, then of course you would be protected. Would that be something you'd be open to?
Possibly. I've had a couple of people offer that.
Okay.
But I haven't settled on any of that. But I've had a couple of people to offer that.
Sure. Okay.
And so I'm not so much opposed to it, but I haven't gone into it.
Okay. All right. So if we gave you something like, maybe 10,000 down at closing, would do this through a title company, the attorney would prepare all the paperwork, and then we'd make you monthly payments.
They offered a bit more than what you're saying.
Okay.
And so, I probably wouldn't mind doing that, but not at 10,000.
Okay. What do you think you would have to have as like, cash in your pocket to walk away from closing?
Well, let me talk to the realtor and see what she says.
Okay.
And also, I have a person that's willing to come in and do what you said. He's a contractor, a builder. He's like a son.
Mm-hmm.
I met him in Hawaii. We lived in Hawaii for quite a number of years, and now he's here
Okay.
on the mainland in Delaware, and he does a lot of renovation, but it's just so far from Delaware to Georgia, but he's willing to come down and do all of that. So honestly, he told me 25 to 30,000. If I give him that, it will come out like a brand new house, including the HVAC and everything. So I'm considering that too. I just still didn't want I still have the hassle of managing it.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. If you did what I'm, talking about, and we do this, by the way, a lot of times. I just bought 6 properties this way from owners. One of them was a landlord that didn't want to have to deal with like the tenants and the repairs and all those issues. He gets an automatic payment every month that gets, sent to his bank account. And we all know.
What the monthly payment be?
You'd have to give me a moment to like calculate that, because I was just, making sure first that might be something you're interested in, because if you're more interested in getting the price that you need, then we can get closer to your asking price if you're willing to do, this basically seller financing where you become the bank, and you also don't have all the tax consequences. Like if you were to sell this, you'd have to pay a lot of taxes probably. So that minimizes that, because it's a longer sale process, and you're not having to pay all the taxes all up front. Would that be of help to you?
It sounds interesting, yeah.
Okay. And I could also give you references from the attorney. Like I said, we bought 6 properties just recently this way. And we do this a lot, and we have 5-star Google reviews. We're also a member of the Better Business Bureau. So I just wanted to let you know you're dealing with a reputable company, and we know what we're doing, and we're also serious too, because some people give you offers, you never hear from them again, and then I'm sure you don't want to let this continue to be vacant for a long time, because I tell you a true story. I had a house that was vacant, and actually somebody moved into it, and they actually put a mattress in there. They put their bicycle through the front window. Neighbor told me. And I had to have the police call and get them out. So you can have squatters, you can have all kinds of, vandalism, all kinds of things when you have a house just, sitting there vacant.
Yeah. Well, I have family that lives nearby.
Mm-hmm.
I have a sister and a brother that lives in that city.
Oh, okay.
So they come by on a regular basis. But also, there's something about you and your voice when you were telling me. You sound like a very trustworthy,
Oh, thank you.
knowledgeable individual. So I don't doubt any of that about you.
Okay, well, thank you for that. Yeah, we definitely, do business the right way and make sure it's for both of us, because we don't believe in just trying to get the best price or whatever. We want to make sure that it works out for both of us.
Zilla put it on their web page for $129,600 not too long ago. I pulled it up.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know what happened between then and now.
Oh. Yeah, that might have been the value. I think that value changes once you list it. And a lot of times when you have the properties on Zillow, see, Zillow doesn't come inside your house. It's only based on, sometimes a house down the street that's been fully renovated that people may spend, $50,000-$60,000 on, and they get it in like HGTV quality. Zillow doesn't know, the difference between that and other properties. So sometimes I've seen Zillow be higher, sometimes it's actually lower. It's just an estimate. That's all it is. So you can't really put a lot of weight on what Zillow says either way, either higher or low. So I do think you have it priced about right, it's from a retail perspective. And it sounds to you like, potentially getting a better price is more important to you than, just taking like a lower number and then just doing a quick sell. Because like you said, you're not in a hurry. You don't really need to sell it right away. So something like this would work out for both of us, because then you would lower your taxes. We'd give you some money at closing, and then you'd never have to worry about, being called for anything. So it's not like you become the bank. And, as you and I both know, banks are always win at the end, right? They have these big skyscrapers in all these big cities, right? So you become the bank, you never have to worry about repairs or vacancies or any of those other things. Now, are the decision makers, is it you and your husband? Is that who all's on it, or? Oh, it's just you?
Yeah, my mom, my dad.
Oh, okay.
Mine.
Okay. All right. Do you know what it was renting for before it was vacant? Do you know what you had it for rent, what they were paying?
Yeah, I was getting $825. $850 a month, and the guy that was paying $850 was never late.
Oh, that's good.
He thought he was going to be late the next day, he'd call you and say, "I'll be there first thing in the morning."
Oh.
And he would. So
Yeah.
that's why I said strange enough, but we never had a problem with renting it out.
Okay, well, that's good to hear.
Possibility, because my husband is a pastor at a church not far from there.
Mm-hmm.
My brother, did I say my husband? My brother is a pastor, yeah, at a church from down there, and I don't know, and they would be asking him as soon as one move out, they'd be inquiring,
Okay.
So that may have had something to do with it.
Yeah, just curious, why did the people move out? Did they find another place or move?
No, they didn't want to move. The
Oh,
ones
okay.
that moved out was the one that had the fire. Remember I told you?
Okay. So, because of that, they moved out. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't know if
They
that was.
moved out for a temporary, but
Oh,
my
okay.
brother didn't want them back in. And so
Okay.
I didn't put up for rent or nothing. I didn't do any advertising, and I just didn't allow them back in.
Okay.
I think he was tired of the, I need the thing fixed, like you said, or the
Right.
doorknob or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah, it is a lot of hassle, and little things like that, it adds up, and next thing you know, it's a big thing, and then you're spending all your time on something like that. Yeah, I totally get it, why they wouldn't want to keep having to go over there and be dealing with, problems here and there, and, God forbid, evictions and things like that you may have to do. I'm just looking at some numbers here. I've been talking to you. I'm just looking at see what we could maybe do for you. Yeah, and what I could do, Carolyn, is I could text you my business card that has our website, my phone number, my email address. This is a cell phone I called, right?
Yes.
Okay. Let me text you that information. It has all my information, my website. You can also look at our website. There's video testimonials. There's our Google reviews. All of that's on our website. So I could send that over to you. And my name is Fred. And let me just, I'm just looking at some numbers here as far as what we could offer you based on, you know, potentially looking at this, you becoming the bank. Let's see. What if we offered you something like $20,000 down, and then like $650 a month for 100 months? And that would be a total purchase price of, actually it's over your list price of $82,000. We could offer you $85,000.
Okay.
Would that be something that you would be open to?
Okay, $650 a month.
Yes.
For 100 months.
Yeah, $650 a month for 100 months, and then we would give you $20,000 cash at closing. Would also pay your realtor's commission as well, and the purchase price would be $85,000, which is above what your realtor has it listed for.
Fred, let me think about this.
Okay, sure. Yeah, and if your husband gets home, you know, I can definitely, you know, get on a call with both of you. We can explain it. We can walk through everything. I could send you over the paperwork to look at. Again, everything will be done through the title company, and attorneys will draft up all the paperwork for you so that everything will be done legally. You also have you'll be legally, you know, you'd have the first mortgage on the property since you don't have a lien against, there's not a mortgage already. You would be in first position. So in case anything happened, because you always want to know, you always want to look at worst case scenario, right? Because what would happen is we'd go in, would fix up the property, would probably have to do a new roof, would do painting, would, you know, invest money into it. And I actually had one of our clients tell us that they actually hoped that we would miss payment so they'd get back the house and everything that we done, plus the money we gave them at closing. So yeah. So let me do this. If your husband's going to be home later today, let me call you both, and then we can kind of go over everything. And that way, if he has any questions or anything, I can explain it to you both, you know, over the phone. And that way, you know, I think it'd be easier that way. And again, I could give you references, Carolyn, you know, attorneys, title companies, you know, all of that, so you can make sure you're dealing with you know, reputable company. And also, I could even give you addresses.
100 months, Fred. How many years?
Yeah, so 100 months. Let me just look at my calculator here real quick. I'm not good at math in my head, so that'd be 8.3 years. So it's not all that long. And then you'd be paid off pretty quickly, and we would be giving you $85,000, which is above what your asking price is.
Think about this.
Okay.
And I can call you back.
All right. Yeah, and I'll send you, like I said, I'll text you my business card. It has all my information. And what would be a good time for me to call you back?
Well, actually tomorrow. Today has been such a full day.
Oh, I hear you.
Yesterday.
Okay.
It's just been bam, 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 bam.
Yeah, I totally get it.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. In the morning or in the afternoon or evening, is there a better time? It's like when your husband.
Noon usually quiets down, like afternoon, like after 1 my time.
Okay. Will your husband be available during that time, Carolyn, or?
Yes.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. I will call you back then after one. What time zone are you in, by the way? Is that Central or?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. 1 p.m. Eastern Central.
Are you in Central?
I'm in Eastern.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I just want to make sure I got time zones right, so I don't call you at the wrong time. So, but yeah, I'll call you back tomorrow after 1 p.m. Central Time, and then we can go over everything over the phone.
Okay.
I'd like to be able to, we could put this in our rental portfolio and get this property. I'm sure you got better things to focus on and have to worry about this property and your brother and everything. So, yes, ma'am, I am. Yeah, we buy properties in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, shoot. My husband just telling you. We've had a piece of property there in Florida for 40 years.
Oh my goodness. Is that a house or is that land or?
No, it's just land.
Land. Okay.
Fresh. He was doing his internship.
Mm-hmm.
Fresh, and somebody sold them land or all the interns and things. He was down at Duke in North Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And I keep telling him, you need to sell it because it's just there. But we went down last year and saw it, and it's really nice.
Okay.
I don't say anything is on it.
Yeah, we buy land too. Yeah, we can buy land too. We buy land, and we just don't do commercial. But we buy land, we buy houses. Yeah. What city is that in? Yeah.
He said, I can see. It's close to Panama.
Panama. Okay.
Very close.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know why he holds on to it. But,
Yeah.
in a kind of territorial, I guess.
Yeah, I've got some land that's just sitting out there, not doing anything too. So I get it. It's kind of like us men. We don't want to throw away anything. We don't want to donate things at all. We just collect. That's right.
Right, I have to sneak things to donate.
Yeah, that's me. All right.
Okay.
Well, Carolyn, I don't want to keep you any longer. It's good talking to you. Yeah, I'll call you tomorrow with you and your husband, and we can definitely take care of this for you. And you don't have to worry about it anymore. Does that sound good?
Yes, Fred. What's your last name?
It's Gagle, Gagle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll send that to you just as soon as I get off the phone with you, Carolyn, and you have all my information.
Okay, it was a pleasure talking.
Yeah, same here. Good talking to you. Have a good evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
You too.
Okay. All right. Bye-bye.
Good freaking job. Good rapport building there. That was amazing.
Thank you.
You did a really good job. She loved you. Like, she didn't want to let you go.
That's right. I had to get her off.
Yep. Nope. Excellent job there.
Thank you.
Trying to see who. I think Alex is on a call. Let's see. Oh, I can't unmute him. Andy, are you on a call? No? Yeah, okay, perfect. Samson is right, perfect. Go ahead and unmute, Samson. I don't know why it won't let me unmute you. Hold on, I got it. Yuri, unmute Samson. I don't know why it's not letting me.
Because Samson needs to unmute himself. He muted himself. So I can do this.
Samson. He raised his hand and wanted to be unmuted. Maybe Chris is on a call. Let's see.
And I'm trying to get it out of my, because it's a rental property.
Yeah.
It's vacant now, and I don't make enough money to pay the mortgage on it and it stay empty and pay for my current house.
Yeah.
So
That's
I'm trying to get rid of
understandable.
it. So,
And usually at this point, I say, have you thought about listing it? Because you're asking pretty close to retail. But it sounds like you had. You just got a bad
Yeah.
Realtor. What's your plan? I mean, if you can't, because I mean, obviously, as an investor, my cash offer is going to be, quick, convenient, but it's going to come at a discount.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll take a discount because if I can get at least, because I owe 160 on the house with all the taxes and the mortgage and everything. I owe 160 still. So if I could walk away like $40,000-$50,000 in my pocket, I would probably be happy.
Okay.
So
let me see. I just check the area here. See what kind of. And what's the condition like on the inside?
Inside's actually in really good condition. I mean, there's walls that got to be touched up from when they had pictures and stuff hanging up.
Yeah.
But I did just remodel the bathroom, put a new shower in.
Okay.
A new complete shower, and also I installed a whole home water filtration system.
Oh, nice.
So.
And it looks like the kitchen's pretty remodeled. It's.
Yeah. So
I don't know how accurate these pictures online are, but
well, they're pretty accurate.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So
just taking a peek. I'm just gonna see what's basically as an investor, and it's a 2-bed, 1-bath, right?
yes.
Okay.
And it has a garage too attached.
Okay. That's crazy. The Realtor had you got a 3-month contract, and has he checked in with you at all? What is he saying?
Yeah, a couple of times, but nothing. You don't check in with I call him.
Yeah.
So, and I've been too busy to check in with him regularly. So.
Man, I can tell you that is not a good Realtor. Someone that's going to leave you hanging like that. I mean, not checked in 3 months.
Yeah. Well, now that I know it's not listed, and I'm going to find out why. So.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be listed.
Yeah.
I was wondering why I haven't gotten any offers or anything on it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely a part of it. I mean, the tricky part. We'll take that one out of the place, but there's one that sold for 130 even, but I think maybe that's an outlier because I see 2 here. One's a 2-bed, 2-bath, about 1,100 square feet. Let's see what the condition on the inside is. They don't give much information about the inside. This one have pictures, but this one sold for $240.
Yeah.
Let's see. The thing is, there's just not a lot of 2-1s in that area.
Yeah. Well, and also one about mine is it's got a larger property than a lot of the houses similar to it in the area. The property's a little bit bigger. So
it's probably like a 10,000 square foot lot.
Probably more than that, I think. It's pretty big. So I don't know the exact numbers off the top of my head. So
yeah. And so you're looking, if you can get at least 200 out of it, that's where you're kind of trying to hit.
200, 210 is probably about my bottom line that I can go. Because, like I said, I got to make enough money to pay off some of the other stuff.
Yeah. Just doing a little math here. I think for a cash offer, it's going to be probably significantly under that. So I'm just trying to see. Yeah, I mean, a cash offer is probably going to be around 160, 170.
And I think that's why I was listing it. I actually looked into it too. So
yeah,
that's how I bought the house.
Yeah, I mean, what we could do is like a white glove MLS service where we handle all the listing. We deal with the realtor. We pay the closing costs. We pay the commission on both sides, both the seller and the broker, and you get kind of the promised amount. It's a bit of a longer closing, like a 60 to 90 day closing.
Yeah.
But it allows us to kind of maximize our offer because we can offer, we can market it out to retail buyers so we can maximize our profit as well.
Yeah.
And I think,
All right.
that offer is probably going to be maybe 180, 185.
Okay. Well, all right. Let me think about it. And I got your number.
Okay. Yeah, because it seems like you went the route of the realtor, but it sounds like you're kind of busy, maybe just not managing that part, right? Like if there's any sort of seller concessions that need to be had, we manage it. I had a property we did recently. We had to, completely replace the HVAC because the buyer couldn't qualify for an FHA loan without, the HVAC working. And so just little things like that pop up. We handle the professional photos. We manage showings if we need to. We usually only do showings if we, have a pretty serious buyer at that point. But it's nice. You can sit back and just let everything kind of fall in place. So, if that sounds like it's a good fit, save my number. What I'll do is I'll text you after this. You can save me as Christopher Buys Cash.
Okay.
And, if there's any questions or anything you run through your mind after you speak with your realtor, let me know. Feel free to shoot me a text and we can just go from there.
All right. That sounds good. So I'll do that.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate it. Hopefully
All
hear
right,
from
man.
you
Thank
soon.
you.
Thanks.
All right. Bye.
Hey,
Hello?
Aaron, this is Alex.
Hi, Alex. What's up?
Calling you about a St. Clair Drive. Are you still looking to sell that?
Kind of on the teetering side. I'm not sure yet.
Got it. Well, what's holding you back? Is something changed?
No, we're still making life decisions. We just haven't decided which way we're going to go yet. So it's still on hold.
Okay, no worries. Not here to pressure you. Just wanted to check in, see what's going on. Is there a future timeline you guys maybe would be considering this more, or anytime I can check in with you?
Maybe within the next year, like maybe in 6 months. Can you give me a call back?
Absolutely.
All right. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good day.
Yeah. Bye.
Check in 3 months, few months, 1 month. Not selling right this moment.
I was calling about your property on Cottrell Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to give you a call. You still interested in trying to sell that one?
Yeah. We're just working on it still.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are you hoping to get for it?
Like 120. I think Tom wants 120. He's redoing everything, so it's got to be redone now, and the foundation still. But he's fixing everything else because it's
Okay, so you've completely remodeled it so far?
Well, he's still working on it. Yeah. Well, yeah. He had to go through and redo the walls and stuff. So everything's gonna be like brand new when you walk in.
Yeah, it sounds like you had some previous damage from the tenant.
Yeah, major. I put a roof on. I put a brand new roof on. Is what happened, and they did not do it correctly. So when the water started coming in the house, the guy should have called me and told me, and I could have called the roofing company and had them come out and redo it, you know?
Yeah.
And he didn't. For 3 years, he sat there and the water was coming in the house. And he's sitting there. I don't know how this guy, it's like, my house looked like homeless people were living in there. And it was brand new, gutted, brand new washer, dryer, brand new refrigerator, brand new stove, never been used. No, I mean, brand new flooring. Everything was brand new, fixtures and the ceilings and everything. And there was no, something's wrong with this guy.
Jeez, that is a mess.
I mean, what I'm telling you is like, Tom had to clean the attic out. And, I mean, it was just bad.
So is there a lot of water damage still?
No, yeah, well, that's what he's doing. He's fixing all the water damage.
Okay.
You know, he had to shave all the walls down and then replaster them.
Oh, man.
Yeah. I mean, every room on the left side of the house got hit. And it was just because the new roof. And so I'm gonna try to I'm sorry.
No worries. So has the roofing companies come back out at this point and replace the roof?
No. I have to call them. See, I don't know whether you get 3 years or 4 years.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like I want to call them and say, hey, listen, you know, we need to work something out because this is not. I mean, this is you destroyed my house. You know.
Yeah.
But then you got to get lawyers and everything, and I don't want to do that. And that's why times like you can get one just sold for $177 around the corner, but you know, it sounds like, you know, take one. I mean, we could have got 140 easily if the roof was right, but not the way it is. So I figured we'd.
Yeah, because I'm showing some in the area. Like, you know, there's one that on Taylor Ave that's sold. It's a 2-bed, 1-bath. You know, it's about 800 square feet as well. And
Yeah.
that one's sold for 130.
Yeah, 130. Yeah.
130. You
That's
know,
my
move-in ready, well kept in good condition.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they did a little work on the yard. Let's see what else we have in this area. There were some when I looked earlier. They were a little bit higher, like in the 140.
This area is going through gentrification majorly.
Yeah.
It used to be, you know, and then it's like right there at the bay, and you know, it's like so they're buying up all the property around there. It's like hot area to buy property, and people are just buying property and sitting on it, you know. And my neighbor Tom, man, he was like buying up everything, but he just had a kid, so he's like, Renee, I'm down right now for a few months. But I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think for us, for a cash offer, I mean, especially with the damage and stuff, it's probably going to be, you know, more in like the 80 range.
Yeah.
You know, I think if you're able to get the roof fixed up and you're able to make sure there's no damage, then maybe it would be more, you know, like even 95. But a cash offer is still going to have to take into consideration that even fixed up, we're thinking this probably sells in the 130, 140 range, right? You know, you're going to pay closing costs and commissions and, you know, deal with any sort of seller concessions to get that proper for the market. So,
okay.
You know, if you wanted to do it as is, I think, you know, for us, we'd have to obviously inspect it and see what kind of, you know, damage there is as far as repair costs.
Mm-hmm.
But we're probably going to be around 80.
Yeah, well, still sounds okay to me, but I just want to like let Tom finish it up.
Okay.
So that brand new what do you call it, a hot water heater I just put in there. I got a brand new AC system in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
everything is totally new until this moron got in there.
Jeez, yeah, that's tough. And so is that why you're looking to sell? You just don't want to be a landlord anymore? Or?
Well, and this is like, yeah, well, I would rather be a landlord, but I'm too scared after this. I mean, not just that, and I'm sick. I got stage 4 cancer, so.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And I need some money right now. I don't know. It's not that I need money, but I hope. Really? We're supposed to be getting some more money from Trump per month, you know?
Yeah.
And that would help a lot. $200 extra a month would be perfect. But I don't know, you know, I just want to get it sold, you know. But Tom, you know, he says, no way, Renee, let me fix it. And then we'll get our money, you know.
Yeah.
90,000, you know, whatever. It doesn't matter. It's just Tom.
Stay right there.
I am this weekend, and I gave him money, and he went. He's got to get. He works too, so.
Yeah. Is there a timeline you guys have on fixing it?
Right now.
Right now.
I'm like on his ass. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
On the market. You know?
Would he be free to hop on a call so I can maybe talk to him and see if, you know, where he wants to be and what he's hoping for as far as the timeline?
Yeah, well, let me see. I'm sure I got Tom's number. I have it. I just gotta find it. Hold on.
Yeah.
How to get to it? Let me see. Telephone and
is he on the title or?
yeah. I have him on the title right now. Let's see. Tom Handy. Okay, let me see. The phone number is 386-338-8641.
Okay. It kind of sounds like if you know Tom agrees, you're basically okay with whatever Tom says going forward. Just trying to get something out of it and not have to deal with the stress of this.
Oh yeah, but he's finishing the house.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's gonna finish the house. So I mean, whether he wants to take 80,000, I don't know. But
Okay.
He's doing a lot of work that, you know, to the house. So
Yeah, I mean, at least if I can speak to him, I can get an idea of what kind of repair
Yeah.
work he's trying to do, what condition the home's going to be in at the end, and then it'll give me a better idea of where I need to be as far as the number.
yeah.
So
Okay, that sounds good.
okay, well, yeah, what I'll do is I'll follow up with him
I'm
and
sure if he told him to walk away, give him $100,000, he'd walk away right now.
yeah.
You know, and we both walk away right now and be happy. But you know,
Okay. Well, let me.
it's just such a beautiful home. I almost want to just move back home. Just like I mean, I was so disgusted by I put so much love into that house with the fencing and everything, and I'm just like,
The
it's
tenant
just so close to the railroad, you know. For me, I don't like the railroad being right there, but
yeah.
anyways.
You just know? Are you not in that area? You're not living in Daytona anymore?
Oh yeah, I live down the street.
Oh, okay.
I live about 2.5 miles down the street, down Ridgewood and Holly Hill.
Okay.
And I have a house over there that I put in my sister's name. See, I got sick, and I thought it was best to put everything in her name, to save it, so she don't have no problems with after I pass or whatever. But I made it 7 years this June since I've been diagnosed, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I mean, you never know what can happen. My brother just passed his 10-year after stage 4 lymphoma.
Oh my God! See, I know. I'm so sorry. So you know what I'm talking about. I'm like, you go through it, and it's like people don't understand. It's like, like my sister, she's like, get up, get up, get up, and they're like, these side effects kick your ass.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm just now starting to feel good, but I'm like, I know my down period's coming. It's coming.
You just got to stay fighting. I mean, that's the thing with the chemo
fighting,
because it's going after it, but it's a fight. It's a street fight to survive.
Yeah. See, I just do the chemo pills.
Yeah.
I'm too late. It metastasized, but they got it under control. So what they call NED, no evidence of disease right now, but it could come back. It's the same as being dormant, but I have to be on these pills to control it for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Which is like these new cancer pills they're directed at the cancer, whereas before everybody treated all cancers the same. All cancers are different, so that's what's making the difference, I guess. But I don't know. I don't know anything about anything except for.
Sometimes it's just a positive attitude. Look into there's a great book. It's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It's called Superhuman, and in it they study people basically that they were told to go home and die because there was no cure and there was no way for them to survive, and they survived, right? So it's just the power of the mind can be really powerful.
Yeah.
It's a cool book that kind of connects the science and the spiritual. And
me is I don't have anybody left here but my dogs.
Yeah.
And I don't want to leave my dogs, but all my family's gone. So my grandmother, I just want to go and be with my people. To this point, I'm young.
Yeah.
I'm like 66 years old. I just moved over here to retire from New Orleans. I was retiring so young, and I had 2 Airbnbs and everything going on in my life, and then boom. I got sick during Jazz Fest, and my boss was, going crazy because he needed me there. And I ran the Champagne and Wine Emporium, and that was like the most expensive booth there was in Jazz Fest. And he was yelling at me, and I'm like, I said they got me red flagged. And then he stopped. He says, Renee, you are the hardest working employee that I've ever had. He says, if it was anybody else, I'd be fired. Because I yelled at these girls and threw money at them and stuff. Because they were after all the money. And I was in the back. And they don't know how to bartend. And they put them in there. And they put them in the back. And they didn't. And they come and get me because they got scared. And there was like 10 people in line. I'm like, come on. I had my whistle blowing. Woo, come on, next. Down here, y'all. Down here. Come on. Keep the line going. All right. And this lady says, well, I was going to tip you. I said, well, that's your prerogative. You can. It don't matter to me. So it's like, and those girls got mad because, like, I said, because I was sitting in the back, and so I went down there. I was telling the management, I want one of you managers to have the guts to stand up here and tell me, from the federal government, that you're going to deny me my 15-minute break. They said, oh, Renee.
Yeah, well, you sound like a fighter. I'm telling you, just gotta keep at it, and maybe we can get this situated so it's one less stress for you to deal with, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, let me follow up with Tom and see where he's thinking, what he's thinking as far as repairs, and then we can go from there, and hopefully we can at least make a.
Fred, are you on a call? Fred?
rental properties for a while take it for over 50.
Yeah, I probably did it. Probably got started about 15 years ago.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's about when I got started. Gosh, it's 2004, 2005, or something like that when I bought my first rental property. My first rental property actually was by accident. We wanted to get a house with a pool, and we didn't want to, build a pool, so we just thought about selling. So we moved. We found a house first that had a swimming pool. And by the way, I never have a house with a swimming pool again, so we never used it. And then we decided to rent it. Rent the first house I ever got. And then after that, I started buying properties intentionally. so I kind of got into it that way. So I was getting ready to ask you before you took the other calls, or I was saying if there's anything that we'd have to do to it to get it in like rentable condition, any repairs or anything that we'd have to do to get it to be move-in ready. Oh, okay. So someone's renting there. What are they paying per month, Chris?
I think that one we got it leased out at a long-term lease of like $1,200 a month.
1,200.
I could be wrong. Like I said, I've got a few of them to keep track of in my head.
Okay. Has the property? I'm looking online. Has it been updated, like the bathrooms and kitchens, or has it been? I'm assuming you just kind of. I do see some older. I do see some pictures online. It looks like at one point it was renovated. Just making sure that it looks like the bathroom and the kitchen, and it looks like the new flooring. So did you do new flooring to it? Oh, okay. Yeah, it looks in pretty good condition. As far as like the major things like the roof and the air conditioner, do you know how old those are?
That property, I put a brand new roof on it that didn't have a purchase.
Oh, okay.
So whenever the county representative bought it, that's the end of the roof.
Okay. And what about the air conditioner? Do you know like about how old that is?
I don't know that I've replaced the AC. Thinking about it, I think it's a train.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say I'm 90% sure it was there whenever I bought the place.
Oh, okay.
And before that, I don't know what age it was. And it looks like it's in decent condition. I haven't had a problem with it. So.
Oh, okay. Any big plans for the money once you sell it?
Probably roll it into public property, buy a boat.
Oh, okay. You said buy a boat. Are you still there, Chris? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, it just cut out briefly. So I heard part of what you're saying. So you said you'd probably buy a boat and something else, and that's when it cut off. Oh, okay. All right. And did you have a price in mind that you were hoping to get? Like if we, because we're not realtors, we would pay cash. There's no realtor commissions. We buy it as is. We buy it with the, you don't have to worry about doing anything. It sounds like there's not much to do with it as far as that goes. But what would you do for like an all cash price?
I'd take
130. Okay. All right. All right, and I take it you're not really in a hurry to sell. You got a tenant. You said that's paying. They usually pay pretty good about paying on time. So I take that sometimes they pay on time. Oh, they pay all the time. Okay, got it. So you from the area originally, Chris, or okay? Just curious. I want to stay on this one property, but you said you had multiple properties, and you said you'd maybe even consider selling the other ones for the right price. Are you looking to maybe, get out of the rental business a little bit, and oh, okay. Did you, oh, okay. So you're actually thinking about maybe buying more properties then? Okay. Okay. Yeah, I got it. Sometimes we have properties there. I have to, maybe I have your information already. Maybe I could send you some information if we have something in the area that you buy in. Do you mainly like to stay in the Tulsa area or? Oh, okay. Oh, got it. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, so you have a company that kind of takes care of all the day-to-day stuff for you, like the day-to-day management for most of these. Oh, it's your company. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Well, oh, okay. Oh, you're doing it the right way. You're having other people deal with all the day-to-day issues and headaches and all the tenant stuff, the tenants and toilets. Then that's the right way to do it. Okay, well, that makes a lot of sense then. So you don't have to worry about all of that because it's oh wow. That another one you had in there in Tulsa you had to do an eviction for? Oh, from one of your clients. Okay. Well, at least it's not yours. Okay. I think that's all the questions I had about as far as the condition. So you're just looking to maybe get a boat and maybe buy some other properties. There's a tenant there paying $1,200 a month. Sounds like it could potentially need some, some updating on some of the bigger items, but nothing major. It's still rentable and livable, and it looks like you've done some upgrades in the flooring and all of that. So if we paid closing costs and we close quickly if it's like a cash sale, so that what's the best you could do for me if we if you didn't have to worry about listing it and all of the hassle that goes along with that? 126. Okay. And just looking at some of the things that we'd have to do for it to make sense as a rental property, is we'd either buy it to fix and flip it or we'd buy it as a rental property. Of course, we'd have to have cash flow. So we'd probably in a perfect world be like around in the mid 80s, just as a quick cash sale. Would that be something you'd be interested in? Okay. Okay. How much was that again, Chris?
227.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Yeah, I paid 35 for the house, and I put the improvements in cash, so
Right.
I don't exactly have a large mortgage.
Yeah, that's really good. We could potentially get you closer to what you're looking for if you'd be open to like seller financing. Have you ever done that before? Okay. Yeah, because a lot of times the people that we work with, they find that it's a little bit better on taxes. You don't have to take a hit all at once and get monthly payments without the headaches of the the tenants and not paying. And then of course obviously you'd have the first position on the mortgage and it'd be recorded. would have all the paperwork done, and title company and attorney had draft up everything. We just bought 6 properties recently with seller financing, and most of them, I had one lady. I bought several properties from her. She just wanted to retire. She's getting out of it. And then the other gentleman that I worked with, he was a landlord and just didn't want to, have to deal with that anymore. And then they just get payments every month, and it gets sent to their bank account, and they can, invest in other things. What would you be looking at as far as that goes? Like since you've done that seller financing before, what would you typically see for something like this?
My typical thing is, especially with the rates being up higher,
Mm-hmm.
I think the last couple I did was like 9.9, something like that. I put some of them back down the rate, that put 10, 15% down.
Okay. Yeah, we typically put down, like 5%, 5 to 10%, and then obviously would have to, structure a payment to where, it services the debt and, makes sense for us. So we'd have, it's obviously we use property management companies. In fact, might even use your company since you do this for other people. Since you have this as a business. So would that something be, something you'd be open to? Like I said, with, we could maybe put, 5% down, and then the interest rate you said was 9. You said 9.9.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Okay.
Depends on the borrower.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah. We definitely, I totally get that. You have to look at the trustworthiness of who you're working with, and you got to make sure that they can pay you. And of course, you're, as you're protected because you'd be on the, you'd be the first in first position in mortgage. Let me just look at some numbers here. Yeah, just hold on one second, Chris, because I've been talking to you. I'm putting the phone down just to look at some numbers here, okay?
Chris, if you need any help, let me know. If you want to text me the address. Everyone else, I don't have no authority to unmute you because you have muted yourselves.
I'm still trying to connect. I'm dialing.
All right, I'll mute you.
That
Don't
way you
mute
can
your.
control the meeting.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. Listen, like it looks like some people didn't follow the rules, Like Samson's been on some conversations and I wanted to unmute him, but I can't, and he apparently has the volume down for the show, so.
I'm not scared to make phone calls, I'm not hiding anything. I'll be the first one to jump on calls.
I know that.
Hello.
Hi, Gloria. This is Alex.
Yes. What do you need?
I'm giving you a call about Faircloud Drive. Is that something that you're still looking to sell?
Right, but not right now. I have renters.
Okay, absolutely. Or would you be open to selling it with tenants in place, or?
No. Give me a call in about 6 months or a year from now.
Oh, no pressure. No pressure, girl. Just making sure that I can connect with you in the future. So yeah, I'll be giving you a call maybe a few months from now. Is that okay?
Make it like 6 months.
6 months? Okay. Yes, ma'am. 6 months, no earlier. Have a good day.
Okay.
Hi, baby. She was grumpy, huh?
I know.
What was up with that?
I say a few months. She's like, no, make it 6.
She's like, what do you want? I'm like dying over here. Do you got enough leads to call?
This is actually my last one. I'm about to go. Well, I was looking right now to get more. So
I can send you over a couple if you want.
yeah, go for it.
All right, cool. So I ended up buying a couple that were on market because they were owned for 2 to 5 years, and some on market are great, especially if they've owned them like and have no equity. Those are good sub 2s. So if you want to give those a try.
Yeah, you just have to quarterback me because sub 2 is not my forte.
I am here for you. I actually just scored a sub 2. Like a really good one.
That's why we need to talk, Ashley, because there's a lot of deals that I'm missing out on that we can definitely JV on.
Absolutely. And if you want, so do you want to go live and make calls tomorrow, or do you want to, like, we could do something for the people, or do you want to just do a
fine. That'd
one-on-one?
be cool, Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm free 1 year time, so if you're good to go.
Yeah, that works for me. There's one you can try.
Cool.
To voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone,
To invest in. I don't know if you've heard the news or know much about Florida, but they basically, the property insurance, it's like more than double. I have a duplex that's paying $1,500 a month. I mean, a year for insurance, rental insurance, and now that same insurance is $3,600. Yeah. And then, of course, the property values go up, and then, that property taxes go up, and then it's really tough sometimes to be an investor, as you know, you have that many problems. It's a challenge sometimes dealing with market conditions, and because of all of that, there's been a market decrease. Sometimes there's a market run up, and we have more. We can raise rents, and I've actually had to lower rents in the last 4 properties we rented, we had to lower the rents just to get them rented. So it's been a tough market here in Florida. Don't buy properties in Florida, Chris. Yeah, I'm just. Let me do this, Chris. Let me look at some numbers. I have your information. I don't want to waste a lot of your time. I just want to, make sure that something that we can work out is going to work out for both of us. And so it's going to work out for you and it's going to work out for us, because we do have to have a property that, cash flows. And again, we can do the 10% down. We could do more down, especially if you could do a more favorable interest rate. So these payments will make sense for us. So what I'll do, Chris, is look at some options here as far as what we can do as far as down payment. And then I can send them to you here shortly. That sound good? Now, you mentioned there's other properties for sale, so if we were able to come to okay, would you be doing, interested in doing seller financing from some of your other properties as well, Chris? If the numbers make sense, yeah. Okay. If you're 100%, no. Okay. Yeah, I totally get it. All right, well, I'll let you go, Chris. I'll sharpen my pencil, and I can give you back what we could do, the best we could do for you. That makes, again, it's got to make sense for us and you. So, all right, well, it was good talking to you. All right, take care. I'll be in touch with you.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system. 440.
No, I knew something was going to happen because he kept talking about they got they're bringing drugs, they're doing this, and they're doing that. And I said, okay, now he's getting ready to do something crazy. And what did he do? Something crazy.
Absolutely.
And it's something else he did. When he went down to the place in Nashville, I think it's in Kentucky, Nashville. Anyway, where the gold is kept. He went down there. He said he just went down there to look at the gold. Now, what president got time to just go someplace and look at gold, right?
Yep.
And when he came back, they said, oh, he's putting gold on everything in the house. He's putting gold on everything in his house, not just the presidential house. His house, his own personal residence, he's putting gold on everything. I said, well, where'd he get the gold from? Because he didn't have it before he went down there and stole the gold out of the treasury. I said, somebody need to go down there and see if that gold is still in the treasury. Because it's not his gold, right?
Yeah, I hear you.
But he went down there, and I said, what is he going down there for? For what reason is he going down there? And who took him down there? Of course, they took him down there. And they're supposed to be making sure he doesn't steal from us. That rascal went down, and I bet you money he took gold. He had to take gold, and I don't think he took a couple of bars ago. You know what I mean?
Yep, I hear you.
I don't think he took a couple of bars ago because he thinks everything is his. See? And I said he went down there, and now he wants a new plane. And who he think gonna pay for that new plane? Because they wouldn't let him keep the old plane. So now he wants I'm talking about the plane that he got given to him.
Yep.
Of course, he gave them something. And he's promised in this fix. Oh, we're not gonna hurt you. We're not gonna hurt you. But everybody else is up for grabs. They better do what I tell them to do. I mean, so what in the world is going on here? What?
No, I hear you. I hear you.
It is so scary. And I'm saying, it's scary. I'm 74 years old. I don't want to live like that. I'm scared. I don't want to. And I said, I do not know what the world is going on from one minute to the next. I go to Bible study on Wednesday nights. and I go to prayers every morning at 10 in the morning. Except on Fridays, I usually don't make it. But most of the time on those other days, I try to go at 10. It's just prayers. The pastor will talk and we'll pray. And then on Sundays is when we have regular church day. And then Wednesday night is when we have Bible study. But last night, it was like, people were just, it was like, what is going to happen next? We just get up and go to Canada. I don't know anybody in Canada. You know?
I mean,
and the way he's talking, he wants Greenland. You know, and it's like, what? How's he going to get Greenland? Go past Canada?
yeah. Well, you're welcome down here if you decide to come down here. I mean, Eileen, at the end of the day, I have lots of information that we had discussed over this call. And hopefully, like I said, I'm able to give you a competitive enough offer that you're, something that you would consider. Like you had said, you're obviously retired, so you have plenty of free time. If I can call you tomorrow in the afternoon, I will. Probably my window is probably between noon and 5. So expect a call.
Don't call me in the morning because
No,
I
no,
go
no.
to prayers at 10.
No
and
problem.
up until then, I'm trying to sleep because sometimes I don't go to sleep until like 2 o'clock at night.
No problem.
So yeah, so I don't.
So like
and I keep telling the guys that when people that are calling me, I say, please don't call me in the morning. What time do they call me? 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, I'm not one of those. Like I said, I mean, essentially, I won't call you until probably, afternoon time, probably around, like I said, 12 to 5, and I might even push it between 2 and 5.
Afternoon is better.
Great.
Because I'm not. Well, you sound like you're very young.
Yeah, well, I try to hold that age, dear to my heart because I'm almost 40 now, which obviously you're in your retirement year. So, when someone says I sound young, I'm good.
35, 33.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
Yeah.
I'll take it. So
I wouldn't have known it except you said something about your stepfather,
my father-in-law.
I guess it's your wife's daughter.
Yeah.
Your daughter-in-law.
No, my father-in-law.
No. Yeah, your father-in-law said, okay, we got a father-in-law, so that puts him over this age. You know, he's not 22.
No.
But he could have a father-in-law at 22, and you just sounded that you made somewhere between 35 and 40, so that's why I thought you were.
Good guess.
Okay, well, let me get. Okay, now should I get your number?
Well, what you can do is you can take my number down. That's fine. That's not a problem.
Okay, but I don't have. Okay, hold on. I'm blind, remember?
Yeah, not a problem. So rather than
I can't see your number, and if the number, if somebody keeps calling me, then it's going to go past that number, and I won't be able to retrieve it.
okay, so what I'll do is whatever's comfortable for you. I can call you between 2 and 5 tomorrow, and I could do like a triple call where if I call and you don't answer, I can call a few times after that just so you know it's me, or you can take my number down. What's comfortable for you?
Well, I was trying to find a pen. Oh boy, I was trying to find the pen so I could write the number down.
No problem.
And what is the pen? I don't know what I did with it. The lady that helps me today, and when she comes, she puts everything up.
So rather than you're getting up looking for this pen, and I don't.
I've got it right here.
Okay, good.
I've got it.
Okay. So again, my name's Samson.
I got a pen and a paper. I got paper too.
So my name's Samson, SAMSON.
Hold on.
No P, no P.
Name is
AMSON.
S-O-N.
Yeah, last name FRA.
F-R-A.
Yeah, GOSO.
G-O-S-O.
Yeah, my phone
How
number.
do you pronounce that?
Fragoso, Portuguese.
Fragoso.
Yeah.
What is that?
Portuguese.
It's Portuguese.
Yeah.
Portuguese. Is that Spanish?
No, it's not Spanish. It's Portuguese.
Portugal.
Yeah, you could say it's European,
right,
right?
okay.
I guess you could throw Spain in there.
Yeah, Portugal. Okay. Now what's the number?
647.
647.
Yeah, 881.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated.
Yeah.
883. in the store, I'm just gonna call my niece and say, "Get a suitcase. We're leaving. Let's go."
You come.
I'm on my way.
Yeah, you come. No problem. You're invited. No problem.
Find me a hotel room until I can find somewhere to stay. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
Okay,
I
Aileen.
just can't deal with cruelty. I
No.
just can't deal with it.
You shouldn't have to. You shouldn't have to.
No, it's like some. Everybody is saying that's an antichrist for real, and I said, "Oh no.
Well, like I said, Aileen, thanks again for the conversation, and we'll chat
I would
tomorrow.
hate for someone to be coming to my house or your house in the morning because of this conversation. So we were only kidding.
That's great. Thanks so much.
We were talking about a fantasy storybook. Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again. Have a great night. Talk tomorrow. Bye for now.
My lord.
That was hilarious.
My lord. Tell me in the comments who's watching. Well,
And it was like,
when you're watching, whoever's watching.
yeah.
If that has happened to you, tell us in the comments.
No, it was like she started to go into Trump conversations and I started to go into politics, and I'm like, let's try to focus on like what we're doing here. You know what I mean? But you know, she's obviously in her own situation. She's blind. She's like retired, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, she can't
wants
really
someone to
even
talk
see-
to.
Yeah, she can't even see like her property. She's like, oh, I know these things need to be upgraded, but I don't even know like what they look like. And I'm thinking like, oh my God, could you imagine that? Like, oh my God.
No, that's
She's-
crazy.
She's like, yeah,
I
like
gotta
if someone's
feel it to
calling,
see if
I
it's
don't
gonna
even
be
see like
repainted.
who's calling me. And I'm like, oh my God, that must be a nightmare, right? So like her husband recently passed away. So, you know, I was sympathetic in that aspect. And I was just like, you know, yeah. So she's like, she's getting 40 calls a day. Like, you know, people
Oh yeah,
like
you
getting,
do have to stand out from the rest. So.
yeah. So,
yeah.
you know, it was a great conversation. It was like probably like a 40-minute call. And it was like, you know, the first 15 minutes, I got all the information I needed. And then it was just like, you know, sympathizing with her situation kind of, you know, so that's kind of,
yeah, no, I get it. Trust
Yeah.
me. So I made I think I actually made the first live seller call on this, like on this channel for iSpeedToLead. And this was like 2 years ago. And obviously I was a new wholesaler. I was very new. I think I was at it for like 3 or 4 months. And there was this guy that answered. And I think I had like a 2-hour long conversation about like absolutely nothing because I just didn't know how to get off the phone with him. You know, I've gotten a lot better at it. I have gotten a lot better at it. So
I didn't just want to like hang up, but there were like even like before I unmute, because I finally saw the comments because I was about to say like I got to sign off because I got a MMA class in 25 minutes. Then I was like, oh, like you got to unmute yourself. So that's when I did that. I was like, oh my God. So then you kind of caught the tail end of that. That conversation was like 45 minutes, like an hour. It was
Was it a deal or no?
It was crazy.
Was it a deal?
I think it could be a deal. I mean, she didn't want to give me a number, right? So I was really trying to get like a number from her. She didn't want to present that number. So I was looking at the comps, and the comps were like, let's say from 430 to 500.
Okay.
And she was saying like she was getting people calling her for like, oh, we'll give you like 150, 130. I think there's probably, just from what we discussed, 40 to 60,000 in rehab. So when I was talking with her, I was like, well, I would be, you know, I didn't want to like give her a set number. I was like, I'd be somewhere in the 200 range. And she was like, oh, well, I think that that's too low. So I was like, okay.
At least you're anchoring her. You're anchoring
Yeah, like
her.
I was trying to get her like at a lower number so I would have a little bit of wiggle room. So I, you know, she was kind of getting, I would say like discouraged with the 200 number. So I was just like, I completely understand like if that number's too low from you, but what I'm going to do from my end is I'm actually going to do my due diligence in regards to getting more comps. So I have a spreadsheet that I do where I can actually put in a few ARV versus as is, and then it gives me like a repair value in regards to square footage. And then I give her like a number based on that spreadsheet, which is my MAO, my max allowed offer. And if it's above, 300 and I'm able to give her that offer, I will tomorrow. But if I can't come up with that number, it's just, it's not going to be feasible.
Well,
now this property is
if you want to give me the address in the chat, you can private text it to me or whatever.
Okay.
I'll put my number in the chat if you want, and you can text it to me. I'll take a look at it.
Okay.
I can give you a cash offer number real quick for you.
Okay.
But the thing is too, you have to like let her know, listen, like I can't see, this is a blind offer. Well,
That's what I
mean,
said.
you don't want to say that. No pun intended.
I didn't use the word blind. I said I'm essentially just taking, throwing a number out here based on what I see in front of me right now. And she's like trying to reference properties that have sold that I'm not seeing on Zillow. So like I'm looking at Zillow, I'm putting up like I'm putting up like the properties that sold in the last 36 months. And she was talking about this property that sold on her street for 500 and I couldn't see it. But what was funny is like Zillow gives me a square footage of her property that's completely wrong. It was like giving me like less than 1,000 and her square footage is over 2,000. So
How
she's
long
like,
has she owned it?
Great question. She has
Send me.
owned it.
I just put my number in the chat. Send me
Okay.
text me the address, and I'll take a little dive into
Okay.
it for you. And I'll see what I can come up with, because did you happen to ask her, hey, you're getting all these calls? She said she got like 40 calls. So what are they offering you? What's
She
your
said
best offer you
lowballs, like
got?
she would get it in the 100 range. And she actually had a guy this morning that, I don't know if this number was a joke, she said, just because like when you reverse the numbers, they're the same, which was 302,203. And I said, okay, well, if the numbers are accurate to what she's telling me, if it was in the early, 300s, I still think that there's plenty of meat on the bone for everybody.
Possibly. Yeah, I'll check it out for you. You got to remember too, if she's telling you that she's gotten like 40 calls and everyone's giving her, numbers in the hundreds, it's probably because that's where it really needs to be.
Sure. I mean, again, I was just
most
going.
investors are pretty good with their numbers. Yeah, sure. We get some newbies that, either want to throw a large number out there because they want to get it locked up only to talk them down later. If you do that, stop. Whoever's watching, like, stop, because you put a bad name on wholesalers. You truly do. Sellers hate when they get promised something and then you can't do it, right? So you need to be within the range. Like if you needed to come down 20 grand, sure, because there was some shingles falling off on the back because they didn't notice or something, cool. But when you're like over going 100 grand, like it's not cool. Let's see. I think that, did you already text it to me?
I'm working on it.
Okay. Because I'm gonna look that up for you. Exactly. Do not be like that, you guys. It's not worth it. Plus, you don't want a bad name for yourself either. It's so much better to like under promise and over deliver.
Yeah.
It's not even funny. Like you want to be that guy.
I texted it to you.
Perfect. I'm gonna take a look at it right now. This is gonna be the last thing I do.
Yeah, guys, I have
head
to
out.
jump off. I gotta get ready because I gotta go. But it was an excellent, another, live call session. It was a pleasure.
Absolutely.
The newbies that jumped on today, was a pleasure kind of listening to your calls, and I'm sure I'll see you guys at the next one.
Yeah, I hope to see you Tuesday. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
I will check out this property for you and I'll
Let me know.
text you what I get. Yeah, absolutely.
Appreciate it. Thanks again,
Not a
Ashley. Be
problem.
safe. Okay.
Yep.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys. Boom. To one person. I'm going to be saying bye to you guys in just a second. I just wanted to get an idea and see, because let me just see where these numbers are at. And if there's anybody on a call, it doesn't look, Andy might be on a call.
No.
Oh, see, I couldn't unmute you because you muted yourself. You didn't follow directions.
No, I had it unmuted, and you were supposed to unmute me, right?
Yeah, but when I tried to unmute you, it said I couldn't unmute you because you had muted yourself. It's okay though.
Oh, I don't remember muting myself, but okay.
Well, you did. So let me mute you for a second. I'm gonna unmute Fred for a second.
Like the assessed value is pretty close to market value. Market value is assuming that you may have to like replace a roof and just some because that's the thing of market value. You have to the tricky part about getting online values is that it doesn't know what the inside of your house is. It doesn't know what the age of your roof is. So a lot of those things, that's why I'm asking you all those questions, because like when you said there was a hole in the roof, like we'd probably have to replace that. Like if we were to put it back on the market. Oh, a slight leak. Okay. Yeah. So. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we'd have to go in and, potentially look at that and, have our contractors go out and, see if the roof, that's if, we're going to resell it, and see if we're going to get the 428, we'd probably have to go in, replace the roof, finish the flooring, do the painting. What about the outside? Is there anything that you have to do on the outside for this one?
So with all of the trees that we had torn up this past year, we did not lay down any grass or anything yet.
Oh, okay, so it's the landscaping.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we want to, if we decide to go through the traditional listing, we're probably going to do like pine straw or something in the front yard.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. And
I do have to head off here in a second.
oh, okay.
Like with that little guy.
Yeah.
So I don't know if there's she's about to walk out the door. So I don't know.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with my questions. If we were to close, quickly with cash, you don't have to finish, painting or doing any. You don't have to lift another finger with some of the to finish out the renovations, and you don't have to worry about paying any realtor commissions. What's the best you could do for us on the price?
I mean, I'd have to talk it over with my wife. The best as-is cash offer we've gotten so far was 368.
368, did you say?
Yeah, we did not accept that offer, but that was the best one we've gotten so far from the
Okay. And you just didn't take that one because you just want to get more than 368.
Yeah, I mean, if we were looking at what properties had sold for in the neighborhood, and if we sold it at even the 400 or 430, we would still come out ahead with paying the realtor commissions at those prices. So that's why we were looking. But yeah, I mean, we're definitely open to hearing all best offers, but that's the best we've gotten so far from another investor buyer.
Oh, okay. What's your plans with the money once you sell it?
Just put it towards our new property every cash flow conversion.
Oh, okay. So just put that money toward what you owe on this, because you said you have a bigger place. You're just going to put that money toward that.
Yep.
Okay. Just real quick, I know you've got to go, but a lot of times, a cash offer may not work for some people that's wanting, closer to retail, kind of like you are. So we actually buy properties in other ways. We actually can get you closer to what you want if you're willing, to be open to like what's called seller financing, meaning that we give you a down payment at closing, you get cash, and then you get monthly payments. Would that be something you'd be interested in?
In the end, it would still be the full.
Yes, sir. It would be that value that you're looking for, but you would just be acting like the bank. So in other words, that when you might have had it rented before, you don't have to worry about repairs or vacancies or evictions or anything like that. You would be. I forgot to ask you. Do you have an existing mortgage on this one, or is it free and clear?
There is still a mortgage that we would have to pay off.
Oh, okay. Do you remember what that mortgage balance was, just real quick?
Just maybe 250, 255, somewhere around there.
255. Okay. Okay. The other thing that we can do is also, keep the original mortgage in place. We make payments. You still get a down payment, but at closing, you would still, walk away with the same thing. Like if you were to, just sell it outright, but the mortgage would remain in your name and would make payments for it. Would that be something you'd consider if we can get you the 428?
It depends on what the down payment would be.
Okay.
Hey guys, I have to go. So
I know you said
when
you
he's
gotta
done
run.
talking, just tell him to mute
But
himself and somebody
do you
else
remember the
unmute.
interest rate
Andy, you
for
got
that
this?
one?
It was 3 point.
I gotta go, guys.
3 point. What was that again, Seth?
I'm gonna have to get off too.
875.
All right.
Okay. Okay.
So
Yeah. So that
thank you
would be
guys.
something
Thank you, Yuri. I'll be back.
that would be pretty good for us
Yeah.
because when we, us
Let
as
me just
investors,
message
we have
Yuri
to
real
pay,
quick because
more
I don't want to
interest
just
than
leave
like
him.
you as like a homeowner traditionally would.
If you need to go though, you can.
For
I'm
its
just gonna
retire. So
wait
that'd be
until I get the
something that,
okay from Yuri.
if we can get you
Okay.
close to your price or your asking price, we can get you that. Leave the payments in your name, and then we would basically take over, full responsibility, and everything, by the way, would be done in a title company. Attorneys would draft up all the paperwork, and all of that. So if you'd like to see what that would look like, I know you're running
All right,
out
Alex.
the door, so I can send you over
See ya.
what that would look like. So if that would make sense to you, then we can move forward and take this off your hands.
So when would we get that full value of the 428? Like how long is like
Yeah, it's a good question. So we would do a normal closing. So it'd be at a title company. So they would, still have to go through the closing process. They do a title search and make sure everything's good with title. So we'd still close it at, it's just similar to a traditional sale. However, the benefits for you would be, is like if you were to sell it to like a conventional buyer, you wouldn't have to worry about their loan not being approved, because a lot of people's loans, the banks tell them they're approved, and then last minute it falls through, and all of a sudden you have to, get another buyer, and it just goes on and on sometimes with, people being able to qualify. But with this type of, and it's very common, by the way, that we do this all the time, is that we would, you would get the down payment, we would take over, we would make the monthly payments, the loan would remain in. Is it your name and your wife's name, I'm assuming, that's on the, okay. Oh, just your name. Yeah. So the loan would remain there. We'd make payments, and then you would basically, we would give you the down payment. And again, I'd have to look, and I don't have time to calculate all this right now because I don't want to keep you, but this is definitely something. Yeah.
Yeah, my wife's headed out the door.
Yeah. I get it.
I'm still here with the little guy.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, not a problem. So what I'll do is I'll I have all your information, and I'll text you my business card. And if you can also let me, because I don't know if I have your email address, but basically I could get you, you and your wife back on a call, and we can go over everything. And then, it's a pretty simple process. And in fact, we do this all the time. Pretty straightforward, and you don't have to worry about listing it and paying realtors, and closing costs and all that would cover the closing cost. You'd save a lot of money in, realtor commissions. And, like I said, you don't have to worry about people not qualifying for a loan because there wouldn't be, another loan in place. So
I guess my only real question is of that 428 or whatever number it ended up being, like how much would we get up front versus how much we would get over like recurring payments?
yeah, good question. So what I have to calculate is like, like if we were to do this, then we'd have to look at what the rent rates are going for, and we have to structure this so where it makes sense for us, so we can, our payments to the bank and to you, will cover and service, the loan, and then, still allow us to make sense financially from a cash flow perspective. And so I have to do a little bit of analysis, if that makes sense, because I don't want to throw out just numbers randomly to you. Because what I have to do is I have to do some calculations and rent values, and I have to take into account your mortgage payments and all that. And then I could get you an offer that would allow you to sell this quickly, still as is. Like it's like a cash sale. It'd still be quick, still be done at a title company, and unlike having to rent it, you don't have to worry about tenants and problems and vacancies and evictions and all of that fun stuff.
We're open to hearing what numbers.
Okay. Well, that sounds good. Well, since you're running out the door, I promise I won't keep you any longer. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll put something together for you, and then let's make this deal happen, and then you can not have to worry about it again.
And what was your name again?
It's Fred Gagel, and I'll send you over all my information in a text message or website.
Remember the Better Business Bureau, A+ rated. We have 5-star Google reviews. I'll send you my website. We have video testimonials. Also have references from title companies, from attorneys, whatever you need. So. Well, it looks like you reached out. You or maybe your wife filled out something online or spoke with someone, and then it's a partner of ours that we work with. We use multiple sources, so I'm not for sure exactly which one, but. Okay. Would it have been if someone called us asking if we were interested in selling? Yes, it could have came that way. Yeah, that's one of the ways. I answered one of those phone calls a couple nights ago. Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, that was probably us then. So, all right. Well, I'll let you go. I'll put something together because I don't want to keep you any longer, and I'll put something together for you to look at with your wife, and then we can get on a call and go over it together. Okay, sounds great. Thank you. Okay. All right. Have a good evening. Thank you. Thank you, Brad. You too. All right. Bye-bye.
How did it go?
All right, that was a subject to deal. That pretty good interest rate, 3.8%. That he's willing to potentially do a subject to for that one.
You sound sharp. I mean, sounds like a lot of experience. Are you part of some community? Like I imagine over probably a period of experience,
I've learned from I've learned from a lot of different people. I've been learning from RJ Bates and Jerry Norton and Eric Klein and a bunch of other people. So yeah, definitely and great things that you all are doing this, because I attend a lot of these as a listener, so I pick up a lot of things too that I'm always learning and trying to get better. So
okay, no, that's
yeah. I've been calling too, Yuri. These mostly I bought $29 coupon leads, so I've got a subject to here, a seller financing one here. And another deal. I have 3 potential good deals that I'm working on from these coupon club leads. So
awesome. Thank you for being on Klein. Alex, are you still there? Or are you on the phone?
Yes, sir. I was listening to Fred work his magic.
No, it's been great, guys, and thank you for all sharing, all joining. Again, we're gonna wrap up for today, but if you record your calls, submit them for competition. $5,000 money balance.
Also, for that deal yesterday, that I was criticized on letting the seller negotiate it or be with me with the 50K. I ran it by 2 people, and my max allowable offer was 70. So 50 is a good price to get it at.
Okay, so yeah, let's make sure that we sign that.
Yes, sir. I'm working on it. Gotta get the notary over tomorrow and just follow up like crazy.
So.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man. It was great, dude, for sure.
Well, thank you all again.
To the Super Bowl
and guys,
thank you.
Telling to everybody, hey, participate in competition, join those lives again. For now, we still give some balance, give some leads. I don't know how long we can still keep doing this. So, anytime you see a post in school, join. And, we're going to find a way, to make some dollars, put some content together and to close some deals.
Yeah, this was fun.
Thank you all, and we'll see you all soon. Take care.
Thank you.